It is 6 o'clock. Hey, everybody. MJ and the crew. Yeah, 4th of July week. We are here, at least for now. Yep. Hey, Michelle, I thought the P. Diddy jury was supposed to get the case on Friday. What happened? The jury is supposed to get the case today. What, did closing arguments go longer? Didn't they start on Thursday? Was what, like meetings and crap? And then
Thursday was prosecution closing.
Okay, Thursday was prosecution closing, and then
Friday the defense did their closing, and then likely jury instructions.
That's
and then
when the
judge...
DD went. The Diddy defense.
Yep.
The DD went on Friday, and then the jury gets the case today.
Right.
All right. And how long do you think the jury will deliberate?
I think maybe just a couple days, because some of those, I don't know. Some of those allegations are pretty straightforward, right? Like the bribe. He definitely bribed the hotel employee, security guard.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to come down to a matter of, do they believe that the girls were coerced or not? And it was just a lot of repetitive evidence about that. So it's just either you believe it or you don't. It's not like they have to get into any kind of nitty gritty, details about anything like a tax crime or, something like that. I think it's pretty straightforward. I mean, in their minds, I think from what I learned from the Karen Reed trial is like the foreman on that trial knew from day one, she wasn't guilty. Yep. And nothing in his mind, nothing that was presented changed his mind. So all of these jurors, if you kind of think of it like that, they walked in and they were, Diddy's presumed innocent until. And then, as they saw the evidence stack up, they already kind of know.
Roger that. Hey, Fester, you were sort of here on time. Let me note that in the file.
I don't care about my file. My file means nothing to me.
You don't care about the file?
No. Fester, we'd like to have your annual review. No.
So 4th of July weekend, the weather folks, they're getting us all prepared that it's going to be wet.
It's going to be a washout, potentially. I'm not happy about it.
I guess the worst of it's like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, the important days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and you're leaving when? When is your last day of broadcasting with the crew this week?
What day is today? Today is Monday.
What day is today?
Well, I mean, what number day?
Yeah, today's Thursday.
Today's not July 1st.
Today's June 30th. Today is the last day of June.
All right. So I'll be here today,
right?
Because I'm already here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be here tomorrow,
right?
Which is June 1st,
right?
And June.
Hold on, no.
Oh, July. Yeah. July.
Today's June 30th. Tomorrow is July 1.
Right.
Then Wednesday's July 2.
Yes.
Thursday's July 3rd.
Yes.
And then 4th of July Friday.
Right. I will not be here on Thursday or Friday.
Neither will we.
Yes. Hold on, Michelle. We haven't decided that yet.
I decided.
Yeah,
you've decided?
Yes.
I mean, we're not going to be here Thursday?
We're not going to be here Thursday.
She's not going to be here Thursday.
So I should tell Andrew to prepare a best of?
Yes. I've been saying this to you since Fester informed me.
You're dictating our days off now?
Pretty much for this week, yeah.
Okay.
If we leave it up to you to just take days off, then we don't take any off.
Exactly.
I mean, you're really... I don't know who you think you are or this place is, but take your time.
Yeah.
Take your days off.
I know.
You don't know who I think I am?
Yeah.
What do you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
You think you're so wonderful you can't take a vacation day?
I didn't say
Is that what you think you are?
And then, what do you think this place is?
Yeah, I mean, what, do you think they give you a new kidney or something if you don't use your vacation time? I mean, they don't.
No, I use my vacation.
He's going to get an in-service pin.
Last year, you left like 10 days on the table.
Michelle, is that accurate?
Yeah.
I left 10 days on the table last year?
Last year, the year before. Yeah, you've left days on the table. I've had the same complaint, so I'm in alignment with Fester.
We don't get double paid for it.
No, we don't.
So, take your time.
But if we've got nothing to do, for instance...
No, we have a lot to do, and we have a guest, and we have family that we can enjoy, and we can enjoy sleeping in.
Your son's 21st birthday weekend?
Yeah.
All right.
This is a weekend.
All right, hold on a minute. All right. So... as of this point, Michelle has informed me that there's no summer vacation for us this year.
No, I did not see. You tend to recharacterize things the way you want them to be. This is not that there's no summer vacation.
What have I mischaracterized?
You will be taking time off. It's just not going to be doing something a travel experience that you prefer. It's going to be a working vacation.
Working vacations.
Yes.
Yes. We're gonna go work on a hemp farm. Up.
Believe me, that's going to be a lot more fun. That would be a lot more fun than what you're going to be tasked to do.
Wait a second. Hemp farming or what? What are you saying?
You're going to be moving your daughter into an apartment somewhere. So, that's a lot of work.
Well,
and it's a lot of lifting and it's a lot of focus and a lot of, like hurry up and wait time that you hate. So,
and then at the end of the month, I'm taking 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's when we're going to be gone.
All right, so we're taking the same time off at the end of the month? Okay,
yes.
yeah.
I coordinated all around Fester.
All right, so Fester, you're taking off at the end of the month. So we'll take our first summer vacation where I won't be vacationing anywhere.
Right.
Okay.
Summer vacation, but I won't be vacationing.
It's not really a staycation either because we're not staying here, although we may stay here a few days,
Well, a staycation I always thought was like when you go somewhere locally, like if you got like a resort on Clearwater Beach or something.
Right.
That's not really traveling, but it's not
Right.
being home
Well,
either.
Right. We're not doing that.
We have the great unknown, though, with Chloe.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you mean, okay?
Yeah. Yes, I'm agreeing with you.
She still
All right.
doesn't know what school she's going
Well,
to?
hold on, Michelle. Since
We're just waiting on some waitlist answers. That's all.
Since I have to walk on eggshells, why don't you?
I just said it. We're just waiting on some waitlist answers. That's all.
So we don't really have what? I can't.
Have you told a university that you're coming?
Yes.
And then it's like a wishy-washy commitment because if some other school says, Chloe, you're off the wait list and you're on we're on the yes list, and then like the school you said yes to, are you going to
Could
be
be.
like?
I mean, it could be.
So let's say like you told Oral Roberts University that I'm waiting for like the Grand Canyon University to say yes.
Right.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah. Or what is like
DeVry
Institute of Technology
Yeah.
Law School.
or it's like Central Michigan or Dooley Law School.
Cooley.
Cooley Law School.
Cooley.
Yeah.
Cooley's kind of bottom of the stack, right? As far as
I
law
think
schools.
it has a large footprint to where
Right.
it has that impression, but I'm sure it's a fine school.
But listen, you're going to get a law degree there. But Michelle, is Cooley sort of like, as far as law school rating, sort of at the bottom?
I don't know.
oh,
What?
I have a law school question that I never thought of in my whole life up until right now.
And what might that be? Is it for me or for Michelle?
It's open. It's to the field.
Okay, go ahead.
Are law schools like some medical schools where you go to like the University of Guatemala to get trained?
Michelle, I don't think there are any law schools there are medical schools like, some people go to like medical school in Grenada.
Yeah.
There's like some Grenada medical school.
And I go see my doctor who's, never have been to Central America or Grenada before.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah.
No, Michelle, there are no law schools.
No, you have to go to an ABA accredited school in order
Right.
to then like pass a bar in a certain state
Right.
and then, be licensed to practice law.
Right. That's the ABA as compared to the ALA, because the ABA is the American Bar Association. The ALA is the American Liquor Association. So there's a little difference there, but not with some lawyers. Some lawyers are members of the ABA and they're members of the American Liquor Association too.
The
I know a few.
The ALA can cost
right.
you the ABA.
All right, 609 at the. It could cost you your bar licensing in a particular state. There's a lot of irony
I
here.
don't know. We're making jokes.
All right, 609 at the MJ Morning Show, just getting rolling here on 4th of July week. Oh, man, July 1 tomorrow, unbelievably. All right, busy Monday show. Do not miss one moment of today's broadcast, or else you'll be very highly disappointed. All right, Shriner's got traffic. Back in a minute. It is 6:18 at the MJ Morning Show. What challenge shall I take? Well, it's not what I said. It's what a homeowner said. Dude breaks into a house, uses brass knuckles to smash through the front door of a house,
Ooh.
right?
Okay.
The perp is inside the house. Homeowner is apparently at the top of the stairs, and the perp says, "You're going to have to shoot me." And the homeowner had a gun.
That's a great idea.
And the homeowner said, "Yes, I'll take up that challenge." Shot the guy dead. Holy moly. An armed homeowner shot and killed a maniac with brass knuckles. This is out in Missouri. The perp, the burglar, the home invader dared the homeowner to kill him. And the homeowner said, "Challenge accepted."
You could have double dared him to shoot me.
Oh, I double dog dare you.
You ain't gonna do it.
In fact, I'll give you a woof woof on top of that. This is insane. John Fisher, 31, of East Prairie, Missouri. Or is East Prairie where they say Missouri?
It sounds like a Missouri.
Missouri. You got the Missouri, then you get the Missouri.
Yeah, I don't know where exactly East Prairie is, but it sounds Missouri-ish.
So John Fisher, 31 years old. We didn't make it too far along in this life, did he?
No.
Used brass knuckles, smashed through the front door of a home belonging to Austin Glastetter. Yeah. John Fisher is no longer with us.
Oh.
Glastetter warned Fisher that he was armed. Fisher reportedly said, "You'll have to kill me." Yeah, fearing for his life, Glastetter fired 4 shots. All 4 hit the dude. Tell you what, he's clearly doing some range time.
I tell you what, yeah, that's a nice tight circle right in the middle of the guy's
well,
chest.
I don't know what the grouping was like. However, Mr. Fisher, you bust through someone's front door with glass knuckles in the middle of the night.
Brass knuckles.
What'd I say?
Glass knuckles be totally.
Did I say glass
What
knuckles?
is going on?
That would hurt everybody. I mean, I would hate to get hit with glass knuckles, and I would hate to hit somebody with glass knuckles.
Shards.
Yeah. Everybody's like, "Ow!"
Just
God.
shards of glass.
You okay? Ow.
You know what? Brass knuckles with glass. So
I think they do make them.
No, they don't. They don't. They make brass knuckles with shards of glass.
No,
sticking-
they just make glass knuckles.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they make them.
What?
I'm sure it's not like window.
just
cleaners.
looked it
What
up.
does Swarovski make them?
I don't think they're used.
crystal knuckles.
I don't think they're used for the same purpose.
Well,
Like
but,
jewelry?
What the hell they used for
I
then?
don't know.
I want my glass knuckles bedazzled also.
I'll tell you what popped up. A bunch
Hold on. What is it for?
I think they're for smoking something.
Wait a minute.
Is that right, Fester?
There's-
Is that what it looks like?
Hold on. There's a crack pipe or a
maybe a marijuana.
marijuana pipe, glass knuckle marijuana.
Think about it. Look
bowl?
Look at that first square there. You hold it, and I think, right? Like, I don't know. It looks like a bong kind of thing.
I don't know. Bong knuckles.
Yes.
Is that a thing?
But it's glass knuckles.
Can you go to those like smoke shops? Do they have bong knuckles?
You know what? Is High Time still open?
I don't
on
know.
Kennedy?
I don't know. The smoke shops are everywhere these days.
Yeah, look at this little pipe.
I have never been in one.
It goes down and all the way around.
Yeah,
Works with most blunts and cones. One size fits most hands.
What do you get
Well,
really?
you
What
can
do you get
hold
really,
it.
really
Oh
fat?
my
What?
gosh!
What?
Look at how that works.
Because you hold the
Speak,
knuckles.
spit it out.
I'm looking at the video of how
All
it works.
Ah,
Acrylic knuckles are apparently a thing.
All right. Whatever. Anyway, this dude, the homeowner, fired 4 shots. All hit the guy, and he passed away.
Yeah.
You know, the moral of the story is don't break into a home with brass knuckles, then dare the homeowner to shoot you. Yeah, you might want to just make a note of this. Please make a note of it. Yeah, so the homeowner immediately called 911, fully cooperated with law enforcement. The local sheriff says the homeowner's actions appear to have been justified in defense of themselves and their household. The safety and protector of one's home is a fundamental right, said Sheriff Derek Wheatley.
Yeah, that sounds like something the sheriff would say.
That's right. And the homeowner, Glassstetter, has not been charged. The incident is under investigation. Sounds like Missouri has like a castle doctrine law like we have here in Florida. And if somebody breaks into your home, you have the right to take them out. You know, there are some states, some puss states, some wussbag states where, you know, they expect you to run out the back door. Oh, I'm scared. Let me let the bad guy rummage through my home after. It just seems there are some states where if you shoot the guy that you could be in trouble.
Yeah, I don't think Missouri is one of those states.
And that sucks. Let me tell you right now. Hey, this is something I had last week, and I just didn't get around to it. I might have had this the week before, but it's starting to make even more rounds. And it's one of my leftovers in the but it's come back around. So over the weekend, I saw this like in 2 different places, and people are like, oh, my God, I can't believe they've done this. A Trader Joe's opened up right across the street from a Trader Joe's. So isn't there, down here on 4th, weren't there like 2 Publixes?
There still are. Like by
34
Shore Acres area.
38th or down there, right?
22nd maybe?
I don't think it's that far south.
Yeah.
I don't think it's sort of near El Cap, if I'm not mistaken.
But there are 2 Publixes right across the street in St. Petersburg off of 4th Street.
Right.
There are Publixes on dueling corners in South Tampa on Gandy. There's like one, and then there's another one a quarter of a mile, half a mile down the road.
No, I'm talking about right across the street. All right,
still.
so hold on. So South Tampa, you've got a lot of Publixes. So you've got the new one at Manhattan and Gandy. You have the new one at Gandy and Himes, and then you have one at Britton Plaza, and then you have another Publix that sits up at Dale Mabry and Neptune.
That's a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you look at South Tampa, Britton Plaza, then Gandy Himes, and then Manhattan. I mean, that's like the Publix triangle. You know what? A lot of shoppers disappear in that.
Yes.
It's the Publix triangle. they just go missing in there.
Floating on a pub sub.
Yeah, they disappear in the Publix triangle.
So what happened with Trader Joe's right across the street?
So this is out in California, and there's a Trader Joe. I mean, literally across the street. All right, not nearby, across the street, and people are like, what's going on here? Well, I guess.
So a lot of times it's
they're so busy that they can, that area, I guess it's out in Sherman Oaks. Yeah. The Sherman, it's Sherman Oaks 2. So you got the Legacy Original store, then they opened up a new one right across the street. And this is, I guess, a busy area. So, hey, I'm sure there are other places where you've got, dueling stores right across the street.
A lot of times they'll do that to snatch up the property.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want, a Sprouts or an Aldi to pop up right there, where you don't want something else your competition to pop up, so you'll buy that property and make 2 stores.
I thought that was interesting. Hey, a follow-up file item here on the MJ Morning Show, and we talked about this either last week or the week before. Do you remember I said, son, might not be a good idea to drive to your job interview at 130 miles an hour? You remember that? We had this, it was up in the Northeast, up in Connecticut. Remember this?
Yeah.
So a teenager was busted for driving 130 miles an hour, allegedly on the way to a job interview. And this is weird. The Connecticut State Police, they are saying the charges have been dropped against a teenager accused of driving over 130 miles an hour to get to a job interview. The 19-year-old was arrested earlier this month, but his attorney said the state police got the wrong person. How do you get the wrong person? How do you misidentify a vehicle that you think is driving over 130 miles an hour? Any local law enforcement listening on this one? Yeah, the case has now been dismissed. So the dismissal comes 3 weeks after the dude was first arrested. The report was that a Connecticut State police officer saw a white. Oh my God! Was that your chair saying "ouch"?
It might
Yeah.
have been. His chair moves and pops.
Yeah, I just your chair just went. It's almost like that creaking sound before like a floor caves in.
That might be the case.
Yeah. All right. So the kid was arrested on June 4th for driving over 130 miles an hour on I-91. An arrest was made on this day, and upon further review, it was determined that errors may have been made in the investigation.
How?
According to the criminal information summary, state police released earlier this month, they determined the teen was behind the wheel, identified by his license. They alleged that he was speeding because he was late for a job interview after speaking to him. He was then charged with reckless driving and endangerment, but all charges have been dropped. The case is now dismissed. We recognize the distress this incident has caused. We offer a sincere apology to him and those directly impacted. Our duty is to serve and protect with empathy. Yeah. According to Colonel Daniel Loffman, who is the, I guess,
Oh no.
one of the big state police colonels.
Yes.
What do you knowing about?
I just figured out what happened.
Well, they identified the wrong car is what they're saying. But there's still an investigation to figure out what exactly happened. The teen's attorney claims the state police identified the wrong car, and he even provided NBC Connecticut with still images of the alleged offending car from the trooper's dash cam.
That's not my my client's car.
Yeah, I mean, how do you make that mistake? So another car flew by at 130, and then
Right.
the trooper then chased, and what was the 130 mile an hour car was so far down the road,
So far gone.
that the trooper then pulled over the wrong car that was somewhat similar and same color,
Do you remember?
or just same color and not even similar.
Wasn't there a story from years ago, and for some reason the name Paul Delgado sticks in my head, where somebody was pulled over and the Florida Highway Patrol thought it was somebody else? We talked to somebody.
I have no idea what
We
you're
talked
talking
to
about.
somebody on
All
the
right. I'm
radio.
not
Yeah.
doubting you. I just don't remember.
It might have been like on Alligator Alley.
Hold on.
or
and what
I
does
thought it was like Paul was involved.
hold
with
on. What does Paul Delgado have to do with
For
this?
some reason, I thought he was the one that was pulled over,
Right.
or he knew the person or something. Maybe I'm way off base on that part, on that front.
We'll have to touch base with him.
We've spoken to people before
Right.
who have been pulled over by authorities. If I blow by you at 130 miles an hour, by the time you chase after me, I'm completely out of sight. You pull over the first car you see. If it happens to you think it's my car, I can't say anything to convince you otherwise.
Right.
And the guy was probably saying, it wasn't me. I wasn't doing this. I'm going to a job interview. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to arrest you. Take it downtown.
Yeah.
And the guy who it was is scot-free.
So I have the actual statement from some colonel with the Connecticut State Police regarding the arrest made on June 4th. State police personnel investigated a vehicle traveling in excess of 130 miles an hour on I-91. An arrest was made on that day, and upon further review, it was determined that errors may have been made in the investigation and that a prosecution should not proceed on this matter. We recognize the distress this incident has caused, Mr. Jervik.
Oh, now he's Mr. Jervik.
Jerkovic.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
The kid's name is, the last name is Djurkovic. Jerkovic.
Okay, fine. I'll go with Jerkovic. Yeah. Silent D.
Jerkovic.
Otherwise, you're Jerkovic.
Exactly. We offer sincere apology to him
I bet they
and
do.
those directly impacted.
Yeah.
Our duty to serve and protect, blah, blah, blah. Internal affairs investigation's been initiated, blah, 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 blah. So just like misidentified vehicle. He was pulled. But wait a minute. He probably did. So he told the cop he was.
Wasn't me.
But wait a
Where's
minute.
the body cam?
But hold on a minute. The kid was late. He was headed to a job interview and was late. So maybe he was speeding, but he wasn't doing 130 miles an hour worth of speeding.
No.
So was the equipment off? to where it
No,
registered?
no. I think they just pulled over the wrong car.
There's all kinds of scenarios here.
We're missing like exactly what happened, so we have to kind of put two and two together. I think the 130-mile-an-hour car just was so far down the road that the cop just pulled over the wrong car. Maybe just a similar shape, and cars kind of a white sedan. 130. Maybe it was an Audi that flew by at 130, and maybe he pulled over a Honda Accord or a Toyota Camry.
Good luck telling me a difference at 130 blowing by you.
That's what I'm saying. All right, 6:34, a little follow-up. Hey, I have what I believe is to be the finest morons in the news pile so far this week. Next. It is Monday.
Yes.
But I do believe that I have the finest morons in the news pile next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. If you like morons, we're going to feed that appetite in minutes. Hey, a lot of rain, a ton of rain. Got leaks. Yeah. So if you have any roof damage, which is going to leak, it's probably leaking now because we've just been hammered. Just a lot of rain, and there's more coming. The rest of this week, we might have some models are saying 4 inches of rain. We'll see. But if you have a leak, you got to get a hold of Westfall. Who can you trust? What roofing company in the Tampa Bay area can you trust with your roof over your house? I mean, this is, in most cases, your most valuable asset. Protect your home. Make sure your roof is in good shape. Any leaks? Maybe you have residual damage from the hurricanes that's just starting to present with a leak. Call Westfall Roofing. If you need an entirely new roof, because roofs have a shelf life, 15 to 20 years on average in Florida, you call Westfall. They're doing all the roofing work at my house, folks. You can trust Westfall. Just the fact they're doing my work, that probably should tell you all you need to know. WestfallRoofing.com, WestfallRoofing.com, and tell them that MJ sent you. I don't want you to make a big, huge monetary mistake. I do not want you to get clobbered with taxes. I don't want you to run out of money in retirement. If you need a solid retirement plan, if you need a solid investment strategy to make sure you have investment income coming in when you retire, you need the Holland Group. Are you in your mid to late 40s, certainly into your 50s? Have you really firmed up your planning? If you are close to retirement, if you are retired right now, get a hold of the Hollands. All of the below, get a hold of the Hollands and let them do a review. Let them build you written plans, an investment plan to bring you investment income, as well as the full retirement plan. They'll build these plans for you, complimentary, no obligation, no cost to you. There is no commitment here. Just see what the Hollands can do. Get a second opinion if you're working with somebody else. Go to askthehollands.com. That's askthehollands.com. And tell them MJ sent you. 6:36, traffic is on. Let's grab Schreiner. Morons in the news. Oh, tasty stuff. Next.
In Pinellas County, an earlier accident.
Begin at 6:42. Like I said, the best morons of the week stack so far this week. Yes, here on a Monday morning. If you're a known customer at the bank, don't try to rob it.
That's like bank robbing 101, right? Don't go to where you always go. You have to scope out a location in like 2 towns over.
Yeah, what a moron. Yeah, this is pretty dopey here. Police report shows bank robbery attempt, and the suspect was known to the bank staff. Yeah, in the report, it said deputies were notified using a silent hold-up alarm button. The bank teller told deputies the suspect was Joseph Driggers.
Mr. Driggers.
Who the bank teller said was a known customer.
Have you ever gone to a bank so much that they know you by name? Michelle,
yeah.
you used to work at a bank.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know customers like, oh, hey, Cliff?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, Mr. Driggers
Yeah.
over here. They probably have half his account number memorized.
Right.
They start typing it in when he walks up.
Exactly.
So this is just to the south of us. This would be a Florida moron. This is down in Lee County. So this is the Fort Myers area. It sounds like a Florida moron. The guy walks in with, I guess, his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first of all, they look like they're all methed out of their head.
They do, don't they?
I'm looking at the mugshots. The girl, the blonde-haired girl, more than him, but they look like they're all methed up.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a good time in their lives.
No, it does not.
They're not in a good season.
According to the report, the note that Driggers left was apparently threatening in the sense that he said it was in possession of a firearm and a bomb, and that he would blow it up if police were notified. I mean, these are geniuses right here.
Has anybody even blown up a bank? It seems like such an empty threat.
Yeah, really.
Listen, I think I've seen movies with like the dynamite bomb vest. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, if somebody's gonna pass me a letter that says I have a bomb, I need to see the bomb.
They did give money to Driggers and the methed up girl. By the way, I don't have a lisp. I am saying methed up.
Yeah,
which might be confused with messed up.
She's both.
Yeah, both messed up and messed up. Yeah, so tellers gave money. That's typically bank policy. And the police report said that the driver of the vehicle was later identified as a woman named Kelsey Holtz.
Oh, she was the wheelman.
Yeah, she was the wheel girl in this. Roughly an hour after the robbery, a license plate reader alerted to the suspect's car in downtown Fort Myers. It was picked up. About 20 minutes later, again, the report said police conducted a traffic stop and took Driggers into custody after a short pursuit. So they lit him up. He initially tries to flee, but they finally took him into custody. Prior to being placed in handcuffs, Driggers grabbed a box cutter from his pocket and intentionally cut himself on the neck.
Yeah.
In an attempt to commit suicide.
Look at his mugshot. He's got a little
he's got a
bandage on his neck.
He's got gauze.
He's got an ascot.
He's got gauze wrapped around his he's got a 911 ascot.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Michelle. Look at my ascot. Would you like to listen to some yacht rock with my ascot? It's an ass clown with an ascot.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, a very good look for the guy.
Oh, my God. This story's got a little bit of all kinds of morons sticking out of it. I mean, rob a bank where they know you. You're a known customer.
Oh, hey, Mr. Driggers.
Do a lot of meth heads have bank accounts?
You know what? Yeah, I mean, I don't think everybody has a bank account. I mean, there's places like Amscot where you don't need a bank account, right?
Listen, full disclosure, I don't know if they're actually meth heads, but I'm looking at their mugshots, and I don't know. I think it's not a far leap.
Something else is going on. You know what? Now that I look at it, her skin isn't scabby. She just looks like she's having a really, 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 really bad 2025.
I don't know. According to the report, Holtz, so the woman Kelsey Holtz, said that Driggers is her ex-boyfriend, and she picked him up at the Fort Myers Inn to take him to the bank for a withdrawal. Yeah, I'd say.
So she's saying she didn't know he was going to go in to rob the place?
That seems to be where her defense is headed. Hey, Michelle, could you look up the Fort Myers Inn Hotel and tell me what kind of review they have on Google? I'm just curious. It's the Fort Myers Inn down in Fort Myers. The Fort Myers Inn. What do they have? Oh, they've got a 3.2.
You know what?
Well,
it has a lot of palm trees.
Yeah. The Fort Myers Inn. They got a couple of 5 stars. I had 5 stars actually lead the pack, but they got plenty of 1 stars as well. Yeah, you want to go to the lowest.
How do I sort them? I can't see.
Yeah, you got you hit the wrong thing over there. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, let me go back to the Fort Myers Inn. All right, hang on a minute. Let me find the Google reviews.
I mean, 1 star and 5 star are kind of neck and neck.
Yeah. All right, hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, where's the? Yeah, I don't see the typical highest, lowest. I don't see the sort by. Where all reviews? What the hell? Where's the sort by? Yeah, I don't.
Go under most helpful under the right there.
Most helpful.
Now go down.
Most
recent.
lowest. All right. That's changed up there. Look at Michelle. Yeah, lowest score. I tried checking in after 2 a.m. on Wednesday, and they said that my day ended on Tuesday. Anyway, we've read some great motel reviews. I love the ones where the Google reviews are like 1.8, 1.9. Those are the ones you want to read. You know, the 1s and the 2s. Those are very, very entertaining. Hotel review.
Oh,
Anyway,
here's a good one. There were prostitutes in our parking lot multiple times, which we were even introduced to.
Wait a minute.
One night, a man came up to me and introduced me to his girl, Can.
Here's my girl, Can.
That sounds like a benefit. I want to know about those kind of features.
Not to mention there was a cockroach that crawled over the bed more than once.
Oh. Very nice. Lovely. All right, so morons in the news. I mean, what dopes? First of all, you don't rob a bank where they know you, where you're a freaking customer.
Yeah.
You know, when the bank teller can tell the cops the name of the customer, that's a dopey move. You know, robbing any bank is a dopey move, obviously. That's idiotic.
Old Nikki Marie lived there for a while times were tough. In the year that she stayed there, she witnessed a prostitute stabbing another prostitute in the chest over a monetary dispute.
At the Fort Myers Inn. That's great. All right, here's another robbery. And Michelle, you're going to love this one. Zoinks. A burglar broke into a convenience store, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the surveillance video shows him in a Scooby-Doo outfit. He's got like a full Scooby-Doo body costume.
Oh, that's just wrong.
It is. How dare you disparage the memory of Shaggy and Scooby-Doo?
Shaggy. It looks like me.
Ruh-roh.
Also, it's the wrong way to go. You're supposed to be like the headless specter or something.
Yeah. Man, I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Or the snow ghost thing.
Yeah, the dude breaks into a convenience store in Alabama, and cops are looking for the individual. They have him on surveillance video. The burglar was in a full body costume, doggy ears, and it looks, similar to Scooby-Doo. This was at the Quick Stop on Highway 82, Duncanville, Alabama, is where this happened, according to the Tuscaloosa Police Department.
Here's the crazy part. He has a Scooby-Doo outfit on, and he's wearing a ski mask that can be pulled off by authorities to reveal his true identity.
Just like in a Scooby-Doo episode.
Exactly.
It's the big Scooby-Doo reveal where they pull the mask off. Oh, my God. It's Mr. Weathers from the library, whatever.
Maybe he's just really into it. Like, maybe he's just kind of role-playing, cosplay, like, getting into that kind of theme or storyline.
Do they sell Scooby snacks at this place? I mean, is that what he tried to took the whole display of them?
Anyway, it's pretty funny. So the cops released all these freeze frames from the surveillance video. All right, 6:52 at the MJ Morning Show. Do I have time for one more? Maybe?
Oh yeah.
I feel a little bad on this one. It's not really a. I need you to decide whether this is morons in the news. And again, this is a Florida story. This is down in South Florida. This is Broward County. Plantation, not far from Fort Lauderdale. Why do people insist on climbing into those donation boxes in parking lots? And we have an expired woman. How many stories have we done where people have been trapped or their bodies have been found inside, the clothing deposit boxes?
Yeah.
Or you can deposit items for Goodwill, Salvation Army, whatever.
Yeah, a bunch of different charities have them around town.
Yeah, you've seen these boxes.
I don't know what the plan is to get out.
Yeah.
A homeless woman was found in a clothing donation box on Friday. She apparently tried to work her way in to retrieve donated items, got stuck, and she's dead. Plantation Police Department were called at 6:45 a.m. on Friday. A report of a person stuck in a large pink box in a parking lot where charitable donations were dropped off. The unidentified woman was found partially stuck in the donation box. I need better delineation. I'm partially stuck. Were her legs dangling out?
Imagine if she got stuck going in and her legs were caught and she expired upside down.
Yeah. Detectives are saying it looks like an accident at this time. The victim appeared to be a middle-aged homeless woman who was attempting to retrieve donated clothing or shoes
This is horrific.
from the bin. Yeah. Yeah, they...
You just can't walk out the back of these boxes.
No.
Oh, poor lady.
That's terrible. So, climbing into a box like that, that is sort of a moronic thing to do. I think we would all agree. All right, 6:54 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, I need to run a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship story by you.
Okay, girlfriend.
The girlfriend is saying that the boyfriend's mom is faking her terminal illness. Yeah. Terminal illness faker. Let me roll the story by you, and let me kind of get some opinions on what you think about this. Oh, also, father and kid overboard on a Disney cruise.
It seems like this last year.
This is crazy. All right, hold on a minute. And this is Florida.
Amazing.
Overboard Disney cruise. We'll get to that coming up in just a minute. Don't move. It's the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, today is the last day. I am hearing that today is the last day, June 30th, for the 15% off sale at Zero Res. So every single item that they offer at Zero Res, 15% off. You need your carpets cleaned. Oh, do it. Hurry up. 15% off. You need your air ducts cleaned professionally. 15% off. Grout, tile cleaning, upholstery cleaning, everything. Every service at Zero Res is 15% off, and it is scheduled to end today, end of the month, June 30th. It's been going on all month long. Hurry, get the booking in and get 15% off. You know that you need to get certain things cleaned in your house. Don't delay, especially when you have an offer like this where you can get 15% off everything with Zero Res. They use the ZR water process. They don't leave the residues like the other companies. Other companies leave residue, and that attracts dirt faster. Go to ZeroResTampaBay.com, ZeroResTampaBay.com, and tell them MJ sent you. Get the phone number, or you can book online. I like calling, because then it's easier for you to tell Zero Res, hey, MJ from the MJ Morning Show sent me 15% off, ZeroResTampaBay.com. Do it right now. Miracle Toyota. Every day's a miracle at Miracle Toyota. Now, Miracle Toyota is out in Polk County. Miracle Toyota is in Haines City on 27. And if you're looking for a great Toyota experience, you're looking for a Toyota car, truck, SUV, hit up Miracle Toyota in Haines City. They're going to take care of you. They have the selection, the pricing that you want. It's just a good all-around dealership to have a relationship with. Tell them MJ sent you. All right. Also, at Miracle Toyota, if you buy any new Toyota, they're going to give you a Honda generator free. So we're talking about some hurricane preparedness here as well. Or just, hey, summer thunderstorms where the power goes out. Who knows? So you buy any new Toyota at Miracle Toyota, they'll give you a free Honda generator. If you take any test drive, they'll put you in the running to win a free generator. For a great Toyota experience, it's Miracle Toyota, Highway 27 in Haines City. And tell them that MJ sent you. Traffic's on 657. Here's Schreiner back in a second. MJ Morning Show on Q105.
In Pinellas County.
right, 702 MJ Morning Show. Let's determine whether we believe that the mom is faking her alleged horrific health diagnosis. So this young woman, the girlfriend of the boyfriend whose mother is apparently very, very ill.
Okay.
But the girlfriend's not buying it and think the mom is like totally faking it, like total hypochondriac or, screaming for attention or whatever.
What's the disease?
Allegedly cancer.
Okay.
However, nothing factual has been, I guess, shown or proven, and there's a lot of like suspicion here. So let's do some MJ Morning Show dating detectives work here, okay? Oh, that's good. Dating detectives on the MJ Morning Show.
That sounds like a reality show.
Yeah, it does. Dating detectives. There's something there. Yeah. So we got an issue. It's a big back and forth between a girlfriend and a boyfriend, and the girlfriend thinks that the boyfriend's mom is like totally faking. And she claims to be dying, and the girlfriend thinks the mom is full of crap, and this is all like some kind of a ruse. So this is a whole Reddit discussion online. This is, I tell you, Reddit is a gold mine for what's going on. So the young woman says she's 25 years old, lives with her boyfriend, and about a month ago, the mother began claiming that she's dying of cancer.
Oh, no.
But there's no diagnosis that has been confirmed, apparently. And that every single visit to the hospital she makes ends up with a quick discharge. So they keep sending her home. And apparently, a nurse told the girlfriend that she might be faking it. But here's what the problem is. The girlfriend has been planning a summer trip with the boyfriend to Europe. Sorry, I don't have specifics on which European destination they were considering. However, the boyfriend now says, we can't go. Mom is dying. But apparently, that might not be the case. So the mother asked to stay one night at their small apartment, but the one night turned into over a week.
Well, she has terminal cancer, so you can't kick mom out, right? I mean, your mother's always welcome at your house, right?
The girlfriend said that the mother made the apartment smell bad, that it had to be dark and silent. She was constantly demanding help for everything. The mother then suggested that we move in with her, which is an hour from their jobs and school. The young woman said that she's a full-time student currently holding down 2 jobs as well, and that this is causing her to fall behind. Her boyfriend even changed his full-time job to a remote position to care for his mother. But apparently, the whole health situation with mom is constantly shifting. She said MRIs, canceled surgeries, chemo was postponed due to an infection. Now, this is what the mother's telling them. So they don't have any proof, or the young woman doesn't have any proof of this. The mother is telling them, "Oh, I had an MRI.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing chemo.
I have surgery that was scheduled. Surgery canceled. I have to go for chemo. Then suddenly chemo is postponed." So she's like, oh, "Come on, she's faking it." And then even apparently a nurse might have apparently said to her that she's faking it.
So she walks into the ER, says, "I feel terrible. I have cancer." They look her over, and then you're fine.
Mom also claimed that she had E. coli.
That could be.
Did she confuse that with something? Is that like is E. coli? Would you get some bad meat?
You didn't wash your hands before.
These are all pretty like serious illnesses that she should have some, symptoms that are observable just by the people who are living with her or around her.
So the girlfriend says there's always some new medical problem. There's always some new diagnosis or procedure scheduled, but there's no real clear diagnosis or any paperwork to show any of this. So she's like, my boyfriend's mom is faking all this crap. I don't know whether it's for attention to, maybe she's trying to cause a problem between her son and the girlfriend. I don't know.
I think it's that one.
Somebody's taking her little boy.
Yep.
But she's clamoring for attention.
The girlfriend she's had enough here. And the woman is saying on Reddit, I am suspecting she's faking this whole thing.
I think run.
Yeah.
Fast.
Listen to this. She was stalling to go to the ER, and when we finally got there at 5 a.m., she said she'd check herself in and then sent us home.
Yeah,
It's
because
like she doesn't want them there for a doctor to come out and say, there's nothing wrong with you. We did the tests. So she and her boyfriend dropped her off at the ER at 5 a.m. one day.
who leaves your mom at the ER?
Yeah, exactly.
What a terrible son.
Just a
Yeah.
mama dump at the emergency room entrance and then go home. I'll take care of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wanted them gone. And then 3 hours later, she called them sobbing for help, saying that she'd been rejected by the ER.
The ER doesn't reject people.
No,
They take everybody. I mean, sometimes you wait, but they send you home if you have nothing going on.
she's saying that she's been skipping meals, losing sleep. Her schoolwork is suffering. And then to complicate things even more, the mother's boyfriend, who's an apparent alcoholic, began sending the young couple aggressive texts. So the dying mother's boyfriend is an alcoholic. He's a rager, apparently.
Fantastic. Boy, this girl knows how to pick them, huh?
Oh, my God. And then the Europe trip, the boyfriend doesn't want to go. It's like, you know what? Girl, just go on your own.
That's probably the best advice yet. Go on your own.
Oh, my God.
Take a friend.
I mean, what
Yeah.
a mess.
Hey, Michelle, when you started coming around, or MJ started bringing you around, did his mother fake an illness?
No.
I mean, here's this Michelle
No.
girl.
No.
Really
it's-
has my son's eye.
No. She was like, take him. He's yours.
Yeah.
It's the favorite son.
Get him out of the way.
He's not the favorite.
All right, so is our consensus here? What was the detective thing I said? What was the name?
Dating detective?
Yeah.
Dating detectives.
So,
yeah.
MJ Morning Show Dating Detectives, our consensus is what? The mother's full of crap?
It looks that way, but she needs to really double down now. She needs to go to the mother-in-law and say, listen, I love your son. I love you. I'm going to invest in your health. I'm going to every appointment with you.
Hey, Fester, as we shift gears here. Fester, we've talked about this. Did you ever do it? Did you ever rent like a pool in the area? Because, you have those websites where you can rent somebody's backyard pool.
No, I've never done it. We've talked about it being a thing where you can rent pools.
Oh, that's right. You just show up at nice hotel
Yeah.
pools and pretend you're a guest and bring your kids.
I don't drop a penny.
Right,
I mean,
okay.
you'll see
All right,
me at the Serrata this holiday weekend on the beach.
Or if you've identified that like some neighborhood houses have nice pools and they're away on a summer vacation, do you just pop on in?
I may offer to watch our pool for them. No.
I'll
But
check the pH levels.
Listen, listen. Saturday afternoon, you may see me and the kids at the Postcard Inn. We're not staying. We're just using the pool.
Now, Michelle sent me this. You sent me the pool rental thing.
Yeah.
But this has been going around for a while.
Right.
And is this like a new one or is this one of the older services? There's a company called Swimply.
That sounds like it might have been the one that's been around.
Is that the one we talked about? I know we've talked about this like years ago.
Yeah, you rent a pool, and listen, if you have if you want to have a party with
Right.
10 or 15 people, 20 people, you rent somebody's backyard. You're going to clean up everything,
Or just take your kids for the day if you don't have a pool.
Yeah.
And you just want to take your kids and maybe some little neighborhood friends. And
How much does it cost to rent somebody's pool? And if you're the homeowner, does it really pay to rent your pool to total strangers?
If it's otherwise making you no income and it's a stream for you, yeah. I mean, you rent your pool 5 times a month and suddenly that's half the mortgage. Okay, I could understand it.
So Michelle sends me a new write-up on this. And the twist on this, and again, this is not a new concept. We've known about this. We've talked about it. People that go on this website, or I think there are multiple sites, where you can put your pool up for rent so strangers can just show up and used your pool. And one of the sites is called Swimply. See what they did there? Swim and Simply? Swimply?
Oh, I thought it was Swim and Gimp. Oh, it took me a minute. I was like, what a dumb name.
What if I want to rent a Gimp? Gimply. I want to rent a Gimp.
probably a site.
Gimply. All right. So
I can think of a site or two. You could probably find one.
where's the Gimp? In the basement.
All right. So here's a pool in St. Petersburg.
Get the Gimp.
Here's a pool in St.
Wasn't that was what?
That
was Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
get the Gimp.
Bruce Willis scene down
All right,
below.
So, Fester, go to the Swimply website.
I'm here.
All right, I want a pool in South Tampa. See if you can find South Tampa.
Sure.
Because I know South Tampa since Michelle and I live there. So the reason why Michelle sent me the story is that this dude says, I rented a stranger's pool with Swimply, and I do it again. So I guess that's a satisfied customer. All right, so find me.
So here's a 33629, right?
All right.
That's Palmacia area.
Yeah, so middle of the South Tampa Peninsula, 33629. And
Here's
how many pools are for rent?
Dozens.
Hold on, there are dozens of pools for rent in South Tampa?
Yes. Here's the South Tampa map.
Oh, my God, look at this.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, look how many. Screened in South Tampa pool, $75 an hour.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's got a water basketball hoop.
sure.
Oh, look at that.
But now you click it, and then it has like the parameters. Like you can have 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're having a
No, this says 30 guests allowed.
Okay, this is 30. Other
Yeah.
ones are different. Everybody has their own. Like if you did it for yourself, MJ, you charge $50 an hour. You can have up to 15
Look,
people.
the pool is hosted by Matt.
Hi, Matt.
So Matt's the homeowner, and Matt in South Tampa, Palmacia area, 33629 zip code. His pool is a chlorine pool, 14 by 27, 3 to 6 feet deep, ADA friendly, $75 an hour, 30 guests allowed, all ages welcome. Oh, pets welcome.
Yeah, you want to go swimming with your dog? Go to Matt's house.
Restroom available inside main home. I got 30 people, then they're going to be traipsing in my home using my bathroom?
Listen,
But no, a lot of the pool baths are like right off the pool. You can that's as far as they're going.
Yeah. So MJ, look, if they rent it for 4 hours, it's $300.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's $70, $5 an hour.
Yeah.
Give me $300. You can use my bathroom.
Yeah. Use the pool. Look, you are already paying for the maintenance of the pool.
It's there. It's
You have to pay for it no matter what. So now you've covered that plus.
Yeah.
Give me another one. Give me
All
another
right.
South Tampa
Let me go back here.
pool. You got another one? Go back to the main screen. All right, well, hold on a minute. Let's scroll down. Oh, there's
See what the most expensive one is. Organize it by price.
look at the thumbnails. 75 an hour, 35 an hour, 45 an hour, 60 an hour.
Look at
It
this.
looks like
Ooh, look at that one. What's that one?
It looks like Matt's is the most expensive though.
Here.
No, look at this one here.
Massive resort, but Matt also allows 30 people.
Yeah.
So, you know-
massive
Yeah.
resort-size pool paradise with large putting green. What?
Pickleball court.
And pickleball.
How much is this one?
That one's only hold on, scroll $60 an hour.
For $60
Done.
an hour, MJ, you get your whole family together. You get
Yeah.
how many people?
That's up to 100 guests. What the hell?
100
Oh,
guests.
wait a minute. Is that someone's house or is that like an apartment complex?
Could be somebody's house.
Oh, it does look. It is a
It
house.
is.
It's a
It's
house.
somebody's
It's someone's house with
Look.
a. Oh my God!
But you're going to have a 5-hour party
Yeah.
on a Saturday evening, from 6 to 11.
Yeah.
I'm making $300 or $400.
Yeah.
It's my house. There's a bathroom there.
It says parking for up to 25 cars.
This must be a pretty decent sized estate. Or he doesn't care about his neighbors.
I wonder if anyone listening has ever rented a pool from this.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure.
Yeah.
I
Now-
must be. Look, I'm sure they have reviews or status, just like on Airbnb.
Look at this house. This house is
Oh,
pretty,
wow.
it's a pretty
Yeah,
substantial
look at
house.
that.
So this is sort of a revisit for us because I want to say we first talked about renting strangers' pools maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But again, Michelle sent me this follow-up story, and the headline is, I rented a stranger's pool with Swimply, and I'll do it again.
Why build your own when you can do this?
I mean, think about the expense and the hours and
Yeah.
the time.
All
And
right.
it's dealing with a pool guy.
Yeah.
Anybody listening ever rent somebody's pool? Listen, this might be a tough stab here.
But this is an Airbnb for pools.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Have you ever rented somebody's pool through these backyard pool rental places? Or do you rent your pool out? Anyone, anywhere in the Tampa Bay area. If you can hear our voices here on the MJ Morning Show, and you've either rented a pool or you've rented a pool out, or maybe you've been to a party. Maybe you're just a guest. Maybe you were invited to some stranger's house to use their pool. 800-990-1047. Just, I have no idea what kind of calls we're going to get, if any. 800, I mean, it's a little narrow. 800-990-1047. That's 800-990-1047. If anyone listening has rented their pool out on these websites, or if you've actually done the renting and you went to some stranger's house, love to hear from you. 800-990-1047. Hey, what's that Popeyes jingle? Love that ass kicking at Popeyes. Is that how it goes?
It's not the ass kicking at Popeyes.
Oh, hang on a minute. Andrew has the jingle. Go ahead and hit it.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Oh, it's love that chicken from Popeyes. It's not love that ass kicking at Popeyes.
You gotta, some restaurants,
Yeah.
you gotta watch out.
This is rough. A New Jersey Popeyes worker allegedly shot at a car. That's what I love. I love when my fast food restaurant workers are armed, when they're packing. There seems to be more and more of that.
I mean, you can get away with that kind of shenanigans out of Wendy's because they're not going to shoot back. But a Popeyes, I'd mind myself.
A New Jersey Popeyes worker allegedly shot at a car, hitting the driver in the head, with his lawyers arguing that he was ambushed and acted in self-defense. Say what? Christian Ruiz, 18, a cashier and a prep cook at Popeyes, was supposedly jumped by a group of 6 people in a parking lot in New Jersey. The fast food worker suffered injuries to his face, head, and neck. As the crew made their getaway, Ruiz allegedly fired on the car and struck the driver in the head.
So
The driver was taken to Atlantic Care Regional Medical Facility, where he was treated for the head wound. I mean, how many bullet wounds to the head do you typically survive?
maybe the first one.
Oh, my God. I don't think there are many. Love that ass kicking at Popeyes. I mean, this is a disturbing trend. Fast food workers that are packing heat, man. Just don't get into an argument. You don't know. If they
Sounds like the guy was attacked outside of work.
love that ass kicking at Popeyes.
I mean, it's not like he was shooting through the drive-through. It sounds like he was walking into work or headed toward the building, and they jump him, they mug him, maybe take his wallet or something, and then when they get away from him.
And then pulled out a gun. Hey, Rosemary in Lakeland. Hi, Rosemary. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Are you calling about the pool?
I am. We
What?
rented a pool out here in Lakeland, actually by the Plant City area.
Yeah.
We were trying to have a little end of the year team, but
Hold on a sec. You dropped out. You're having an end of the year what?
we were having an end of the year soccer party.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, the whole soccer team. So you rented some stranger's house
We sure did.
and you rented their pool. Did you use the Swimply website or a different one?
Simply.
Oh, you used that. And how did it go?
It went great. It went great, though. We all loved it. The pool was nice. It was clean. They had an outdoor restroom that we can use, even a changing area.
Oh, wow. And how much was this pool rental an hour for the soccer team?
I don't remember how much it was for the hour, but I know that we got a deal to where it was $130, and we were there for 2 hours.
Wow, 2 hours, 130. So that sounds like $65 an hour. I'm gonna hey, check my math, please. 65. Is that 130? All right. So that's not bad.
And we didn't really have a limit to the amount of people, but we had the whole soccer team there, and parents came.
Wow.
and
How many total were there?
I'm going to assume we had like about 20 people. Maybe,
Wow.
Actually, I'm going to say more because we had our soccer team, and I know we had a couple of siblings that
Yeah, you bring
Gotcha.
a
Yeah.
plus.
And then how old were the soccer players? How old were the team members?
teenagers. They were 16, 17.
All right. Do you know how many peed in the stranger's pool?
So I don't know about that one.
All right, thank you.
I
Hey,
didn't see any blue spots in the pool.
thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
Alrighty, thank you.
It seems like people like this. Another one? Hang on a minute. I'm going to be late here. Hi, MJ Morning Show. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi,
Am
Nicole.
I on?
Yeah, Nicole, you're on.
Hi.
Yep.
Hey, so I've never done Swim but I've done this thing called Resort Pass, which you pay like a day pass, and you get to use a hotel's pool and amenities.
Oh, yeah. Remember they used to have that during COVID, too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You're right.
It honestly sounds like cheaper than the swim league because I paid like $25 and I got to go to the pool at the Doubletree at Rocky Point. It was really nice.
There you go.
I've seen compilation
Yeah.
lists of hotels that you can get a day pass
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We were up in New Hampshire.
Yeah,
That's
and they-
right. We were visiting Chloe in New Hampshire, and we found out that the hotel we were staying at, that all kinds of people up in New Hampshire go to the hotel just to use the pool for the day.
Right.
Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate the call. 7:20. Oh, my God, I'm running late. 7:23 MJ Morning Show. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. All right. This is urgent. Folks, you got to hear this. When we get back, just one hit to your head could cause this. Yeah, you got to hear this story. If you're hit in the head just once, this could happen to you. And you definitely want to hear this next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. If your air conditioning goes out, and guess what? I got a call on Friday. Friday night, I get a call from a friend of mine. Hey, I need to use your air conditioning company that you talk about on the radio show. AC is out. AC's not blowing cold. It's blowing hot air. And guess what? First thing Saturday morning, Plan B AC was out at my friend's house. If you need emergency air conditioning help, if your AC is out, you call Plan B Air Conditioning. Longtime sponsor here on the MJ Morning Show. So long that they even offered an MJ discount. So if you need air conditioning service, you call planbairconditioning.com. You tell them MJ sent you and get 10% off. When your AC goes out, there's only one to call, planbairconditioning.com, and tell them that MJ sent you. Making a move, don't mess it up. Listen, you have enough to worry about in your move. You don't need to worry about getting a really awful, terrible, no good, downright scoundrel moving company, and they're out there. Yeah, avoid scoundrelmovers.com. Yeah, might not be a good choice. No, folks, seriously, there are bad moving companies out there, and the last thing I want you to do is get saddled. You have enough stress, anxiety with a move. The last thing you need is one of these horror shows with a moving company, and they're out there. Moving companies that'll lowball you on a number. You think, oh, I'm going to hire them. I got such a great rate. And, sometimes it's too good to be true. And then they'll try to jam up the price mid-move, or they'll hold your stuff hostage on the truck and not unload it. If you're making a move this summer, or if you know anybody, 2collegebrothers.com. 2collegebrothers.com, the smartest move you'll ever make. Tell them MJ sent you and get free moving boxes. Traffic's on, hour 20 minutes, nonstop MJ. And if you get hit in the head once, this could happen to you. You got to hear this next.
Traffic is moving.
in the head can cause this. You've heard about the crazy stories where, somebody gets hit in the head or, they're struck by lightning and suddenly they're like a concert pianist. Have you heard those stories, Michelle?
Like one.
What do you mean one?
Like one story.
So I heard a story of like somebody got hit in the head and they woke up with a British accent
Yeah.
or something.
Or they can speak French suddenly.
Yeah.
They have no exposure to that whatsoever. But now suddenly, boom, fluent French.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there have been crazy stories like that where, well, guess what? One hit in the head could turn you into a criminal. One hit in the head can knock you into a life of crime, apparently.
I kind of believe that. I mean, if it just knocks you into a totally different existence.
There's a new study out, and I saw this over the weekend. I'm like, say what? So a new study says that if you take a blow to the head and damage to a certain part of the brain that involves judgment, emotional regulation, and this could be the cause of some people suddenly engaging in criminal behavior.
What?
Has this defense ever been attempted in court?
I feel like I've heard that like you can engage in riskier behavior. And then I guess, criminal behavior would fall into that category.
Right, so according to this new study, and apparently this supports some earlier research, that some head injuries could cause people to change their entire mental state. And a blow to the head in the right place could be the explanation why you've turned to a life of crime. And apparently defense lawyers are beginning to bring more like neuroscience into their defenses in courtroom cases.
Yeah, but you'd have to have like a perfect life before the injury.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to be like, like the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Pope gets hit in the head, and then suddenly he's, robbing banks.
With a gun.
Yeah, he's stabbing prostitutes. I mean, it's really, you'd have to have a dramatic difference in your life.
This work could have real-world implications for both medicine and the law, according to Dr. Christopher M. Feely, Professor Emeritus of Neurology at the University of Colorado School of Medicine. Doctors may be able to better identify at-risk patients and offer effective early interventions. Yeah, so this guy, Dr. Feely, his team examined brain scans from 17 people who suddenly began committing crimes after suffering head trauma.
That's a lot of people.
Wow. So 17 patients, 17 individuals, 17 brain scans, and apparently these were people that led a nice, productive, law-abiding life, and suddenly, bam, criminal! Suddenly, lawbreaker!
I mean, what'd they get hit in the head with?
Varying things, bowling balls, bricks, TV sets, bridges. I don't have a list of what they were hit in the head with.
It's pretty awful.
I just made up that list. I'm sorry. This is crazy. So they compared the head scans, the 17 people who committed crimes after not committing crimes, after having some kind of a head trauma. They then compared those scans to over 700 from other people with, I guess, other neurological issues such as memory loss or depression. And the researchers found that the brain's right, I can't even say this, the brain's right uncinate fasciculus.
What?
The uncinate fasciculus was the most consistently injured area among individuals who engaged in sudden crime.
Oh, wow.
Suddenly criminal. That's a TV show. Suddenly criminal.
It would be like a docuseries.
Oh, no. This is a full-blown drama series. Guy gets hit in the head. The guy's a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
gets hit in the head with a construction crane.
Yeah, he won male kindergarten teacher of the year.
Right. And he's
And then
walking he's
construction.
walking down the street
Yes.
and one of those wrecking balls on a crane swings over, hits him in the head, and suddenly he's like a diabolical criminal mastermind.
It's a glancing blow. Not enough to kill him, but it changes him forever.
Suddenly criminal. This fall on CBS.
I like it.
I tell you, I'm gonna have that. I'll have that ready for the upfronts for
But
next
you know
season.
these mini docu-series like I Almost Got Away with It type shows
Yeah.
where they talk to people who committed crimes but eventually got caught.
Yeah.
Let it be something like that after the fact. Yeah, I was leader of Bible study, and then lo and behold,
Boy Scout leader.
yeah, right.
And then
A tree limb hit me in the head.
boom. Robbing banks.
Yeah.
Hiring hookers.
Well, I mean,
Doing meth.
Hiring hookers.
Let's not call that crime.
And then we have the latest overboard story. This a Disney cruise. Father and child overboard. So the child went overboard and the father jumped in off the Disney cruise after the kid.
Dude, you have to, right?
Oh, yeah, listen, if my kid's going over, I'm going over.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
I mean,
What father would not jump overboard to save the little kid?
I don't know.
That's another TV series. The father that wouldn't jump overboard.
won't jump overboard.
Yeah. Yeah, this was on board Disney cruise ship. This happened apparently yesterday. So
man.
this was the Disney Dream was returning to Fort Lauderdale.
Is everybody okay?
Now, let me give you the story here. So this happened yesterday, June 29th. This is on the Disney Dream going back to, what was that, Port Everglades, right? Fort Lauderdale. It was a 4-night Bahamas cruise, including a stop at Disney's Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. I guess the emergency code Mr. MOB rang out over the intercom. Oh, is that what it's Mr. MOB? Man overboard? So MOB means man overboard. And is that a way that they do a
Mr.
PA?
MOB?
Yes. So they do a PA announcement? The emergency code Mr. MOB. I never knew that.
That's the worst code ever.
Yeah.
So that rang out over the ship's intercom system, and that's apparently initiating an urgent response from all the crew members. The crew aboard the Disney Dream swiftly rescued 2 guests from the water. So it has a happy ending.
What is the call out over the PA? Mr. MOB, please report to the promenade.
Yeah, the Lido deck.
I mean, I don't what do you say? And isn't there some heightened sense of Mr. MOB, please report to the
No.
you know?
The person who makes the Mr. MOB announcement has
Yeah.
to be very calm.
Exactly.
The calmest person on the boat.
But why not make it something else like Mr. Peepers? Mr. Peepers,
Mr. Peepers.
your party would request you to join them on the promenade.
Because Mr. MOB is
It's so obvious.
man overboard.
I feel like if we were on a cruise ship and somebody said, Mr. MOB, your presence is requested at table number 5 in the dining hall.
So this happened yesterday. The ship is coming back into Fort Lauderdale after the cruise. The crew aboard Disney's Dream swiftly rescued 2 guests from the water. This is according to a Disney Line cruise spokesman telling USA Today in a statement. We commend our crew members for their exceptional skills and prompt actions, which ensured the safety and safe return of both guests to the ship within minutes. We're committed to the safety and well-being for our guests, and this incident highlights the effectiveness of our safety protocols.
But no story about why the kid went over,
No.
climbing on the railing.
Yeah, he was farting around.
Well, it wasn't a he, it was a girl.
she was farting around.
A girl fell overboard from the 4th deck,
Oh, my God.
and her father then jumped in after her. Some social media posts are saying that the father was holding the girl on the railing.
No.
Yes. Don't do that.
Oh, no.
So I wonder if he could be charged with, some type of negligence. So, again, social media kind of blew up on this
my
yesterday.
gosh.
So social media posts from cruisers describe the rapid reaction from the crew. Crew members launched life preservers, deployed a rescue boat within minutes. In a Facebook post, passenger Kevin Ferruta said a girl fell overboard from the 4th deck and her dad went in after her. Thankfully, the Disney Cruise Line's rescue team was on it immediately and both were saved.
If that cruise ship was moving, there's a lot of wake, a lot of waves, a lot of churning under there.
Apparently, it was not far offshore that they were coming right in to the cut right at Port Everglades. You know, if you'll see it. I mean, if you fly into the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport, I mean, it's right. I've left through that cut. I've been scuba diving numerous times. You know, just offshore, and you know, I've left from Port Everglades. You head on out, and there are some nice reefs not far off the beach in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah,
there,
these two got a really good look at those reefs.
yeah. Holy crap!
Really good look.
So there are reports that the father was like either holding the kid on the railing or dangling the kid. I mean, there could be some forthcoming potentially parental negligence charges here. I don't see anything about the Coast Guard or Fort Lauderdale police investigating, but don't hold your kid over the railing. I mean, can you imagine? Got a dangling dad and the kid falls in and dad jumps in after?
Oh, they give you the location. It was MOB, Portside.
MOB, Mr. MOB, Portside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. MOB, Portside.
I mean, that helps, right?
Oh, my gosh.
MJ, you're not going to believe
Yeah,
this.
that's insane. Yes, what?
Remember last week we were talking about pet sitters?
Yeah.
And we had somebody named Cece call in. I think she was the one that was very upset. She was getting a bad rap.
Oh, yeah.
A bad rap.
Oh, because I told a story last week that friends of ours in our neighborhood, like I'll just call them neighbors of ours went out of town and they hired a pet sitter to stay at the house because they've got 2 little dogs. And they go to check on the surveillance video at the house. The pet sitter apparently brought a guest into the house to stay as well. And the pet sitter turned all of the security cameras either around, put something in front of security cameras, or block the security cameras. And our neighbors had to have another friend of theirs go in and eject the pet sitter.
Yeah.
Get out. So, yeah. And we had a pet sitter call up and saying, oh, my God, it's stuff like that that gives us really good, legitimate pet sitters a bad name.
And then we took calls from other pet sitters. And Cece called in. And she kept saying like 48 times during her call that she got a bad rap.
Yeah.
Bad rap. Bad rap. She just sent me a message.
Yeah, she actually started singing.
Yeah.
You turn the cameras around and you're insane. You give pet sitters a bad name.
Bad rap.
Yeah.
Bad rap.
Well, it's kind of rhyming.
The pet that she was watching this last week, guess where the people went?
They were on this Disney cruise?
There's a picture of the rescue boat.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Oh, Fester's holding this up to MJTV.
Yeah.
Hold on. Cece's on the phone.
Okay, I told her to call in.
Oh, she's called in right now.
Yeah.
Cece, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
What's up? I won't give you guys a bad rap this time.
You're the one with the bad rap.
All right, so Cece, the pet sitter, you pet sat for someone this weekend, and they were on the Disney cruise where the kid fell overboard?
Yes, I sent Fester the pictures. I have actually videos, but it's on their Facebook page, and I can't get the video saved off. But they literally are on the boat. When it all happened, the mom messaged me and was like, I can't believe this happened. And I literally started shaking. I'm like, are they alive? And they said the chance of the survival rate is less than 2%. And they were. She fell over. Dad jumped overboard. They got the dad and the baby, and they both survived.
Yeah, well, apparently they were very close to shore. The survival rate is probably very low when you're way out to sea and, you know, maybe there's heavy surf. Oh, this is amazing. So the Disney Cruise Line orange rescue boat are they wearing helmets? Are they wearing like yellow helmets all on there? So they immediately deploy the rescue boat and they go rescue the father and it was a 4-year-old girl that fell overboard. I'm sorry. It's a girl that fell over from the 4th deck.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can see the little girl sitting on somebody's lap in
how-
the back of the boat. She looks like she can't be more than 4 or
Yeah,
5.
the girl looks like she's 4. So,
Yeah, they said 5, according to the
Okay,
mom,
all right,
my
all right.
client.
okay. Wow. Were they watching from the deck, the rescue and everything?
Yes, they were actually. The pictures are them out of their balcony
Oh,
when it was coming back and stuff. They saw that they were literally everybody was over the side of the boat looking, and that's the video the mom got. I have videos of it on Facebook, but that's pictures of the videos of them coming back and being literally pulled up to the boat to get back on.
Man, that's a full circle story. We have Cece on last week over the dog sitting story, and now Cece, the dog sitter, actually dog sat for a couple on the cruise ship where the girl fell over yesterday.
Wow.
And the
Yeah,
father.
they said the whole boat was panicky. Everybody was crying with emotion. It just was everybody's praying, and of course the good news of them being okay and alive. It was like a party for everybody on the boat when they found out that everything was okay.
Yeah, because you'd much rather a kid go overboard on like Carnival or Royal Caribbean, because Disney is the happiest place on earth, and that's not a happy place when a kid goes overboard.
No.
No, and they said the dad did not hesitate. It was like one after another. Just jumped right in.
Wow, what the hell was it? Did you also hear the dad was holding the kid on the railing or something? Did you hear anything to that effect?
No, and I haven't talked to her since since yesterday. I ended up having to be in the ER after delivering puppies last night till about 4 this morning.
Oh,
No,
wow.
what they're saying is he set her up on the railing to take a picture.
Oh.
Because the railing is actually plexiglass, so there's no way that she could have climbed on her own.
Oh.
So he
she's
placed her there to
sitting
take
on
a
the rail.
picture.
And then lost hold of her, and she fell backward into the water? Oh, my
Yeah.
God, that's dumb.
What a terrible
That's
decision.
terrible. You think, Cece, by any chance, you think your client will talk to us?
I might be able to get her. I don't know if I can get her on the phone. I can try.
Could you try and then
Yeah.
text Fester? You have Fester's text line, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we talk all the time.
Okay. All right. So, Cece, call your client and see if they'll talk on the MJ Morning Show sometime this morning.
Okay. I'll give them a call right now.
All right. And then text Fester their name and phone number, and we'll give them a call.
Will do.
All right. Thank you, Cece.
You're welcome. Have a good day, guys.
All right. Wow. Look at that. That's talking about this crazy story. And there's, Cece, the pet sitter, pet sat for people that were on the boat and watched this whole thing.
She's doing everything she can to give pet sitters a good rap.
Unbelievable.
Wow, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is. All
Hey,
right. Yeah.
Other thing, you have a piece of lint on your right shoulder. It is driving our listeners crazy. You can see it right here. You see the video?
I don't see it.
Yeah, see that big lint ball? Look, when you move,
Oh.
then you move, and it has like a black chair in the background and that gray wall.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
people are like, is that dandruff? What does MJ have like?
I see the lint ball. All right. It's
What's that skin flake disease?
The lint ball is right here.
I'm like, no, he doesn't have the skin flake disease.
Hang on a minute.
It's just a lint ball.
I've just picked the lint ball off. I'll hold it up to the camera. Let me see what it tastes like.
No, don't eat it. Don't eat it. That's not a good.
You don't
that's
want
not
to eat the lint ball?
No.
All right.
Yeah. So to the 15 people who sent me a message this morning, get that lint ball off of MJ's shirt. Thanks for watching.
All right. For those that were. For those who were going all OCD on my lint ball,
Yeah, no kidding.
I've now removed the lint ball, as you apparently have witnessed. Wow! All right, 7:49 at the MJ Morning Show. You check my Instagram at all over the weekend, Fester?
I was on an MJ Instagram blackout.
All right, I got a couple of things. Hey, Andrew, did you bleep out the bad word that I put in my Instagram? Is it bleeped? All right, so folks, you ought to be following me on Instagram.
We should open up an Instagram account for your lint ball.
Yeah, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Hey, Andrew, it's the 5 Amazon packages. Is that it? Okay. So I posted an Instagram over the weekend, and it's a quick little video, and I did curse. So it is obviously uncensored on my Instagram. We have to play the censored version here. Apparently, people found this very, 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 very funny. Here, listen to this. Oh, man. Hey, it's MJ Morning Show, Q105 Tampa Bay, 104.7 FM. Just back from a 5-mile walk.
These weren't here when I left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holy No wonder why Jeff Bezos is having a $55 million wedding in Venice.
That's
Michelle!
right.
Chloe! What the hell did you guys order?
So I'm yelling from the front yard. I come back and sitting at our little gate in front of our house, there's 5 freaking Amazon packages.
Were you guys not home, Michelle? Didn't you know you were like, 8 deliveries away, 6 deliveries away?
Nah, I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
It arrives.
She's not tracking. And listen, sometimes they hit the little gate buzzer. Sometimes they don't. So apparently they didn't because I didn't get a notification because when someone hits our gate buzzer, it rings my cell phone. It rings Michelle's cell phone. Got no notification. But I go out for a 5-mile walk. I'm out for, an hour and 20 minutes or so. And I come back and 5 freaking Amazon packages piled up at the gate. And I started yelling at the house.
Yeah, I know you think that's a lot, but I bet you there's people who've gotten a lot more.
Yeah.
I bet you're right.
I mean,
But still. So the Bezos wedding going on, and I've got 5 Amazon. No wonder why the guy's, the second richest guy in the world or third, wherever the hell he is now.
He's up there, man.
I don't know. Yeah, so they got married over the weekend.
Friday.
Yeah. Oh, if you want to see the video, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And then I shot another Instagram, and I posted this yesterday, late morning, early afternoon.
What the hell happened?
Hertz. Something happened at the Hertz rental garage at Tampa International Airport, and I caught it on video.
It looks like it hurts.
Oh, yeah. This hurts. It hurts. It hurts. All right, hang on. I'll tell you that story in just a second. So Bezos got married to Lauren Sanchez. At least the ceremony was over the weekend. And, apparently a $55 million wedding.
Yeah.
And there were reports last week, and we even brought this up on the program, that they were already technically married, that this was just they already got, I guess, the marriage certificate probably, back here in the States. So a couple of observations. I haven't seen the full celebrity list, but the names that keep coming up are apparently all the Kardashians were there. Really? Yeah, we're going to a wedding in Venice.
Jeff Bezos' wedding.
Yeah. So Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Kylie was there, Kendall was there, Kris Jenner was there.
I mean, I guess Lauren was friends with the family before
whatever.
Jeff and before they became famous.
Yeah, we're going to the wedding in Venice. Yes. Leonardo DiCaprio was there. Oh, apparently Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend, I think she's 14, she had a wardrobe malfunction.
At 14, you may want to watch out.
Yeah.
Leo.
Hang on, I'll get to that in a second. So Leonardo DiCaprio was there. Sydney Sweeney was there. Oprah and her bestie, Gayle King, were there. Ivanka Trump was there with Jared Kushner. Oh, Diane von Furstenberg was there. Is she even alive?
Apparently, she was there.
Maybe they propped up her corpse. How old is Diane von Furstenberg? Isn't she a designer?
She's a Belgian designer,
Yeah.
and she's 78 years old.
78 years old. So she was there. Tom Brady was there. Orlando Bloom was there. Those are some of the big names that were there. And then of course, then we started hearing the stories about after the wedding, all the celebrities that had to be seen. And, Kylie and Kendall Jenner they were seen at a post-wedding pool party showing off their boobs and abs. Of course they were, because that's what they do. You know what they do for a living? They show off their boobs and abs.
Good for them.
That's their actual job description.
Jeff Bezos actually rented that pool from Swimly. So
No, I think this was after the wedding.
got a good rate. Post-party.
They went off on their own. A couple of interesting offshoots here. So Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend, Vittoria Soretti, I'm sorry, I said she was 14. She's 15. I have no idea how old she is, but I'm sure. What? Leo doesn't like him over, what, is it 26?
I think 25, 26 is the exit stage left.
Once they hit 27, he dumps them, right?
Yeah.
I think that's he draws a line. Nothing older than 26. So DiCaprio's girlfriend, Vittoria Soretti, suffered a wardrobe malfunction. She wore a vintage Dolce & Gabbana gown, and I guess it ripped into an extensive tear. Yeah, so she had some kind of major wardrobe malfunction, and I guess it was right down her butt.
Leo's like, perfect. Malfunction. That's how it was supposed to be.
Michelle,
Yeah.
you had a very interesting reaction when you stumbled across this item in my Bezos wedding stack.
Yeah.
And
What?
you I think you said something like, she needs to keep her mouth shut. Katie Couric.
I mean, honestly.
Katie Couric slams Lauren Sanchez's wedding style as outdated and tacky. Katie Couric went on social media with a post, and suddenly Katie Couric is, a wedding critic?
You know what's outdated and tacky? Being a mean girl on social media just for the purpose of getting some type of coverage or just for the purpose of being mean. I mean, what is she thinking?
I don't think of Katie Couric as a mean girl
She's
person.
mean. This is mean.
Doesn't-
Why? Nobody invited her. Nobody asked her to comment. She's doing her own thing. She's got her own website that she's trying to, reestablish herself as some type of a, media extraordinaire who knows better than all of the talking heads on TV, with all of her experience. But come on. So she's just going to go out on a limb, posted it on Caroline Kennedy Schlossberg's son has a very active Instagram. I think he was the one who, posted something about the wedding or posted something, and she just jumped into the fray for what purpose?
All right, let me tell you what you said.
Yeah.
Katie Couric posted on social media, "Welcome to the 80s when big hair and conspicuous consumption ruled. Apparently tacky is back." That's what she posted regarding Lauren Sanchez's wedding photos and her dress.
She needs to go crawl back under that rock she's been living under since she left NBC. She's done nothing. She couldn't even pull the ratings for CBS.
Yeah, that's what Lauren Sanchez is going to come back
Yeah.
with.
All right,
You couldn't
so-
even pull the ratings for CBS.
So
Yeah.
Katie Couric left the rude remark on Jack Schlossberg's Instagram post on Friday.
Mhm.
Oh, so she did a comment.
Yes.
So this Schlossberg,
He's very active.
and he's one of the Kennedys.
Right. He's Caroline Kennedy's
son.
son.
All right,
Grandson of
so
JFK.
Yes.
He posts, and then Katie Couric follows him and then leaves a
Yeah.
message?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, just way to be bitchy,
Wow.
right?
Yeah,
like,
it
why?
is.
It
I mean,
seems catty.
Yes, it's just
Petty.
like, for what purpose? So you know what? You might not like her style. I don't often love Lauren's, style, but this is what she chose. She had an inspiration. She went for something. She's an old school, like Sophia Loren look fan.
Right.
So that's what she was going for, and she achieved it. And she feels beautiful, and he loves her. It's her wedding day. Good for them.
So Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' new bride, she wore a Dolce & Gabbana lace gown that took 900 hours to make.
It's a beautiful dress.
Yeah.
And it's a traditional dress. I wouldn't call it tacky or dated. I'd call it a more traditional dress. My wife saw the pictures of the photos, and last night she commented how beautiful she looked.
Right.
She goes, Lauren Sanchez looks absolutely beautiful on her wedding day.
You would have
Good for her.
expected her to be in something. She even said she originally went for strapless. She likes a strapless look. You know why? She has beautiful shoulders and décolleté area of her chest. She's very well, she's fit. She's got beautiful skin.
Is décolleté like code word for like upper boob?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this area.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
I don't know.
But it's a beautiful dress. The lace is beautiful. I might not like the mermaid style of it, but it's a beautiful dress, and on her it looks absolutely stunning.
All right, so Katie Couric leaves this message. That's just tacky.
It is. Look.
It's like backbiting. It's just like a catty.
You know what?
Kind of.
Guess what she was silent about and didn't really come out and say anything about?
Matt Lauer.
Matt Lauer. And you know who probably knew a lot of stuff that was going on? She acknowledged that he was a philanderer. She acknowledged that he was a flirt. That's as far as she would go. And then she says, over time, as the allegations came out, she distanced herself from him. You don't sit next to somebody on that couch every day at those hours and watch girls come in and out, and have interactions with him and not clue in that something's happening, she absolutely knew something.
Katie Couric didn't know that Matt Lauer had the secret button under his desk.
Please.
When hot interns were in Matt Lauer's office, he could hit a button under the desk that closed the door.
I'd suggest to you that, you know what, if she wants to consider herself some type of a sleuthing news reporter,
investigate your past.
Yeah. Why don't you go investigate something that matters and not be catting out somebody who's, having the day of her life.
So what happens is people think that when you reply to something, it's not public. You think you're having like a text conversation maybe with this Kennedy grandson.
So you think she needs a technology primer?
I mean, she didn't put this out on her own. She commented on something, but now it's blown up in her face.
All right, now non-attendees, Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
She was not invited, and apparently she said that Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding attendees suck. It was kind of tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
By the way, I think that
she was joking. That's funny.
When you click on the link to go see that Katie Couric post, it's gone.
Oh, she erased it?
I don't know. When you click on the link out of the New York Post, it says that page is no longer available. So I don't know whether Jack took the page down or whether she took the comment down.
Well, hold on. So if it's an Instagram post, I'm guessing the original photo is. So he took the original photo down?
It appears that way.
Because
I can't find it on his page.
You could just erase the comment. So Katie Couric, she could have gone in and erased her comment. Or this Schlossberg Kennedy kid, he could have just gone in. If someone leaves a really nasty comment on my Instagram, I'll remove the comment.
Right. So it says that he reposted the Vogue cover that Lauren Sanchez is being featured on, and I can't find that on his Instagram.
So
that's gone.
He took the whole thing off is what he did. All right, so Charlize Theron said that all the wedding guests at Bezos' wedding suck, and that was a joke. They didn't get an invite. Eva Longoria, she decided to skip Jeff Bezos' wedding as well. Mm-hmm. And by the way, full disclosure here, folks, Michelle and I decided to skip the wedding also. We did not make the trip.
You were invited, though.
We were invited. Listen, the fact that we had 5 Amazon packages at my gate on Saturday early evening, I took that as my invitation. That was a message that I'm invited.
MJ, Jeff, listen, I sent 10 things to your house this week. Come on over.
So we decided not to go. Michelle and I did. All right. The Hertz situation at the airport. This again, folks, you ought to follow my Instagram. In fact, can I ask for just one follower right now?
Just one.
All I want is one. I am not a piggy. I don't buy followers. It's so easy to tell when someone buys followers.
Yeah, we can tell you don't buy followers.
I don't buy followers. All these followers that I have are organic. I'm sure there are a couple of spammers that followed me, but all I'm asking, if I could just get one follower right now before I tell the Hertz story, just one. All I want is one new follower here on a Monday, last day of June. Help me meet my quota. Just one. All I need is one new follower. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. So take a look. It's the last thing posted. Whoopsies. Oopsies. It's like the mayhem guy from Allstate rented he rented a Hertz truck. So it's like a box truck. It's like a transit van with a box on the back, and somebody rammed it underneath one of the signs in the Hertz rental parking garage at Tampa International Airport. So we were there just before Julian and Michelle picked up Julian's girlfriend. So Julian has a girlfriend, and they met up at NYU, and she flew in yesterday morning. She had a flight arriving at 10:30, and they're off at Universal right now. And when does soft opening happen? Because they stayed at the hotel last night.
Like right now.
Is soft opening now, Michelle?
They should be walking over there soon.
All right. Is soft opening like at 9 a.m.?
Yeah, but the hotel clerk told them to be there, be downstairs at 8 and start walking over.
Oh, really?
Then you'll be there at 8:15, 8:20,
Okay.
I don't know, something.
So Julian and his girlfriend, they picked her up at the airport yesterday, and we got Julian a rental car so they could drive over to Orlando. And while I'm in the parking garage and we're Julian, we have the spot number of the reservation. We got the reservation deal where they send you an email. Just go to the spot, go get the car. So they get the car. It's Michelle and Julian. I drop them off. They get the rental car. And as I'm walking back to my car, which I parked on the side, outside of the actual corral up on level 2, is it, at Tampa International for Hertz, I'm like, what the hell? And I see this Hertz, like a 10, 12-foot box truck, all jammed underneath these hanging signs, like returns and rent and 5-star owner's circle. This Hertz box truck that somebody was clearly, rental truck. They drove it underneath the signs. And these are elaborate, like metal framed hanging signs. And it's all wedged. And they rip the top of the truck. So they rip through the top aluminum roof of the truck. I jump inside the back of the truck.
Yeah, nobody's there to stop you.
No, I just walked into the back of the truck and I'm sticking my hand through the hole in the roof and everything. So the video is on I can play the audio, a little bit of it here. The video is on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Go ahead and reset it. I'll play a little bit of the audio here and go.
Hey, it's MJ from the MJ Morning Show.
I got like 10 things playing.
Yeah, of course. You're Fester. Of course, you have 10 things playing.
Listen, I can't hear. I don't know what's playing until I put the put it up.
All right, we're going to reset it.
All right, reset.
Reset it, and here's a little bit of the audio. Go. No, I just walked into the back of
I don't know what I got playing.
Dude, what?
I got other windows.
I don't know. I think you're playing the stream. You're playing MJ TV.
Hold on,
is what you're playing.
I can't.
Dropped off Julian.
All right, there you go.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, you have the
I
stream
can't
going
monitor
on
it until we put it up. I can't hear it. Here we go.
All right, go ahead and reset.
Reset it. Third time's the charm.
Play. Go ahead.
Hey, it's MJ from the MJ Morning Show, Q105 Tampa Bay, 104.7 FM. I'm at the Hertz lot at Tampa International Airport. Dropped off Julian to get a car because he's going on a little trip with his girlfriend. And oh my God, these guys didn't even get out of the garage without an accident. Looks like this Hertz box truck, this rental, they drove it under the sign and smashed the whole freaking thing. Oh my, that is toast.
Two of them, two signs.
There's damage inside of this thing. Hang on a minute.
And now I jump inside.
Oh, they punctured the ceiling. Oh my God.
Now I stick my hand through it.
Hello. Oh, man. I hope they got full coverage on this truck. Oh man, it's supposed to look like that. A pristine, nice hanging sign.
So they rammed the 5-star sign. I don't know what 5-star means. Like maybe it's
like some hoity-toity class of Hertz club.
Maybe it's a club. You're in the 5-star club at Hertz. Anyway, they rammed and smashed 2 5-star signs. I'll tell you what. That's a 5-star F-up is what that is right there.
That's a mess.
Yeah. Oh, the truck is damaged. The signs are totally creamed.
Are you responsible for the damage if you haven't even left their lot?
I think so.
Because technically it's not yours until you go past the gate.
Oh.
What does the caption read on my video? What did I caption? Read the caption aloud.
When you can't even exit the Hertz lot without destruction.
When you can't even get out of forget getting out into the real world. You can't even get out of the Hertz rental lot without destroying their vehicle and actual signage inside the rental area. All right, the video, I think it's funny. The video is on my Instagram. It's the last post. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Go look at this video. That's Certified MJ Radio. Do you hear that? Shh, shh, shh. Listen. Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a true love story, Michelle, isn't it?
Well, so the defense says.
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick Diddy update because the jury gets the case today. So were they already released and they start deliberating first thing this morning, Michelle?
I think they're going to get the jury instructions this morning, and then they get to deliberate.
Gotcha.
I think that's what I read.
All right, so what headlines do we need to know from closing arguments? I know you've got like 2 or 3 headlines from Diddy's defense team closing arguments after the prosecution had, 5 hours of closing remarks?
Yeah, I think, I don't know how long the defense had, something less, like maybe 3 hours. They were extremely mocking during their closing argument, which while they took a break, the prosecution did complain to the judge about, and the defense attorney said, respectfully, I'm allowed to be sarcastic. He said, thank God for the special response team. They found the Astroglide. They found the baby oil,
So in the
making America safe from Astroglide.
All right, hang on a minute. So in the closing from Diddy's defense, they were like mocking the prosecution. Oh, thank God the search warrant team,
the special response team,
the feds that busted it with search warrants. Thank God they found the Astroglide and the baby oil.
Made America safe from Astroglide.
I mean, that's really. What else did they find?
Drugs, guns.
Okay, you didn't mention those though.
Videos.
Yeah.
So, and their whole, argument is that the girls were willing, consenting, and sometimes enthusiastic participants in the freak-offs, which he described as pleasant evenings in beautiful hotel rooms. He referred to Cassie's relationship with Diddy as a great modern love story between two swingers, and that she's a woman who actually likes sex.
Wow. You know what? A great modern love story.
Between two swingers.
That's what Michelle and I have. A great modern love story. And we had some big swinging years early on, and also I beat Michelle silly on a hotel floor in front of the elevators. Didn't I kick you and drag you? That really solidified our modern love story, didn't it?
Isn't that the one where you were just wearing a towel? You had to pay off the security.
Yeah. I was just wearing I had no shirt on, my hair was wet, and I just had a towel wrapped around my midsection.
Just like Diddy.
Yeah.
Just like Diddy.
Yeah.
So, he also said if your partner likes,
Oh, by the way, when I yanked Michelle by the hair, her weave came out.
No. If your partner likes it, in the poop hole, then you don't like it.
Michelle, stop.
You want me to say it accurately?
No, don't say it at all.
Okay. Well, everybody who heard that knows what I'm saying now. If your partner likes that and you don't, but you really love your partner, then you're going to start liking it too. And that's actually what love is. Which sounds to me like Diddy's argument all along. Like, baby, this is what I like. So, you're going to like it too. And then, you love me, so you're going to really like it more. And that's why you're going to keep doing it, right?
Oh
so,
my God.
And, he said that, like a lot of us around town, it's sort of typical. You're just making your homemade porn all the time. What's the problem with recording it?
All right.
That was kind of his.
Around town.
I mean, that's what he said.
And
Diddy is not the only man in America making homemade porn. That's what he said to the jurors.
Just to wrap this up, Michelle, you are a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that word you use is actually acceptable in court.
He used the technical term or the medical term. But I feel like when you're talking to the jury, he was sarcastic. You could hear the tone just by what he was saying. I almost feel like it was insulting to the jurors. I don't know if they're going to like that, They're going to feel like, wait a minute. It almost, in some jurors' minds, might actually prove the prosecution's case because he's making fun of it. So then you're like, maybe it's not to be made fun of.
It's a New York jury, though. If it's something you can make fun of, hold on a second. You mean to tell me, I can understand their tactic.
All right. So, Michelle, the reason why I'm trying to, set your qualifications.
Yeah.
You are a Florida barred attorney.
Yeah.
While you're not like formally practicing, you've done a lot of, you've done pro bono work and legal aid work. Your thoughts? Innocent, guilty, hung? What do you think?
We had this conversation on Saturday night.
I should say not guilty, not innocent.
Yeah.
So not guilty, guilty, hung. What are your thoughts?
I really don't know. They just have to absolutely buy the argument that he was coercing one of them, but it only takes one time. So then I'm like, if it only takes one time, her getting that beat down, that's one time, right? That's human trafficking right there. The bribery charge, it really needed to be, according to the defense attorney, when the hotel security guards were going to be a witness to something and there was no investigation at that time. So, there's some, I guess, play there. The arson to Kid Cudi's car, he said he was going to do it. It happened. They had one or two witnesses get up and say he drove us around looking for the car, so, but is it beyond a reasonable doubt that he did those things? I don't know. I feel like I feel like they could. I feel like the there's enough jurors that are probably going to buy it. You could probably persuade them to cross that finish line to a guilty.
So if the jury has instructions this morning, they get the case today, how long do you think the Diddy jury is going to be out?
I think just a couple days, if even. Right? I mean, this is pretty straightforward. This is not even as technical as the Karen Reed trial, where they had mountains of forensic evidence to go through. These people, they've seen everything, they've heard everything. It's just a matter of what is your gut feeling.
Were there any red plastic taillight parts in the Diddy trial?
No. We had no collision reenactment.
Just red plastic Astroglide bottles.
Right. We had no
I'm
freak
shocked
off.
at this information.
No freak off reenactments.
Right.
Just videos.
And you mentioned Karen Reed.
Yeah.
The Karen Reed trial, the death of her boyfriend, a Boston police officer, that ended in her being found not guilty on all the serious charges. She got a DUI charge, and that was a quick suspended sentence and a fine with instant sentencing on that. Did you hear this?
What?
Apparently, Karen Reed has been offered a movie deal. So she's going to need some side action to help pay for some of these legal bills. Yeah, so the word is that she's been offered a movie deal with LBI Productions. This is according to The Hollywood Reporter and Variety. The project will reportedly reveal details about Karen Reed that are not known at this point.
All right, so is this like a movie deal? Like they're going to make like a Mission Impossible type movie?
Or like a Hallmark Channel deal. I don't know.
It's like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, there you go.
Or a Netflix special or something with 3 episodes. They already have a couple of those about the first trial.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Just that apparently she's got some kind of a movie deal. Hey, folks, welcome to 4th of July week. This today, obviously, the last day of June. This is June 30th. July 1 is tomorrow. 4th of July on Friday. And weather-wise, they're saying that we could have some significant rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So hopefully 4th of July Friday is not going to be a washout, or at least hopefully the rain will be done before the 4th of July fireworks. Listen, I really don't care about you've seen one fireworks show, you've basically seen them all. So I'm not a huge fireworks, show fan, but I understand that a lot of people are, and I don't want your evening to be spoiled. So hopefully the rain will be done. But some of the models are, showing 4+ inches of rain in the 3-day period, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we could be looking at some significant rainfall here in the Tampa Bay area. Got a couple of, Florida stories that I want to get into. Some locals. Then there's a nightmare story from Miami, which I saw yesterday. I'm like, oh my God, that's like anyone's nightmare if you're walking across this particular object. So I'll get to that in a second. Locally, 2 items locally. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an MJ Morning Show crime alert. All right, the beach blanket bandit. What do you like? Well, that's funny to you?
Mm-hmm.
Why is the beach blanket bandit? Why is that funny to you?
Sounds ridiculous.
Okay.
Sounds like beach blanket bingo.
Yes, Fester, would you like to chime in before I unfurl the facts?
Did you say bleach?
I said beach.
Okay.
The beach blanket bandit.
Bleach blanket.
No, it's not. It's no bleach. It's
bleach.
beach. It's
like a tongue twister.
It's not it's beach blanket bandit.
Beach blanket blab. It's hard. Say it 3 times really fast.
Beach blanket bandit. Beach blanket bandit. Beach blanket bandit. What? Hello.
Yeah, all right. You're pretty good at this game. All right, never mind. All right, take it back. Never mind. Apologies.
Well, apparently, at least this beach blanket bandit has been arrested at Clearwater Beach. So the warning is, just be careful when you lay out your beach blanket at the beach and you have your wallet, car keys, cash, you got valuables. You then run into the surf. You're waiting. You're enjoying the nice Gulf waters.
Well, you take your eyes off all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
and meanwhile you got some marauding lowlife stealing crap off of people's beach blankets as they're away from their blankets. And apparently one of the thieves has been busted late last week, according to Clearwater police. Clearwater police started getting a whole multitude of reports about their beach bags being ripped off, car keys being taken, wallets, cash, credit cards, all kinds of stuff was disappearing at Clearwater Beach. And they apparently busted Damian Claben, 44 years old. Yeah, Damian, that's what a way. You ought to be proud of yourself. Damian Claben. Yeah, 40. Hey, son, not a good way to go through life. 44 years old, and you're ripping off people's stuff off their beach blankets at Clearwater Beach.
If you need me, I'll be over at the beach today.
Yeah.
Ripping people off.
Who's Janae?
I don't know.
Well,
What?
the thief said, hey, Janae, I'll be at the beach. Who the hell's
I
Janae?
said, if you need me today.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Janae.
Hey, Janae, if you need me today, I'll be at the beach ripping people off.
Because Janae is a name.
Yeah. Yep.
So Clearwater police
She's my side ride.
said officers arrived at the beach.
Yep.
And they were able to find the suspect. Was this guy still like,
So there's
how many blankets was he stealing? And then people are calling 911. Hey, Clearwater police, we just got ripped off. Our stuff was stolen off our beach blanket. This guy was still cruising around. Like, how many beach blankets did he think he could rip off before getting caught? Listen, I hate to give tips out here, but you hit one or two, then you get the hell out of there. Actually, you don't do anything. You don't commit a crime. You know,
but if you're going to,
yeah, you
don't stick around.
That's what the guy was doing. Luckily, he stuck around. He's such a dumbass.
Have you seen the image of him just kind of strolling along the sidewalk?
Yeah, there's a surveillance video of him in a stupid-looking wide-brimmed hat.
Like a really stupid-looking hat.
Are those camo shorts he's wearing?
Or they're
Looks
jorts?
Like, I don't know. Is he wearing
Jorts?
Jorts, like jean shorts.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do look like jorts.
Maybe they're jorts.
Maybe they're camo jorts.
I don't know. Anyway, so they have him walking on sort of like a boardwalk area, sidewalk
See
area.
a big wide sidewalk down there in Clearwater Beach.
Yeah. So this was right near Pier 60 is where they got him. And Clearwater police said that Claben is also a suspect in thefts that occurred on Wednesday as well last week. So he did this multiple days. So that's his job. Honey, I'm going to work. I'm going to rip off beach blankets at Clearwater Beach. You POS.
So admittedly, we're not like super crazy beach people. We don't go terribly often. But my wife has this like waterproof container that she buries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she'll put the towel over it, but I'll have to.
Oh, she'll bury it under the sand.
I'll have to dig a hole, but it's like a hard plastic box.
Yeah, I've heard about that. You just bury your valuables.
Did you bring a wallet?
Just don't forget where it is.
Right. Well, she puts the blanket over it.
No, what if someone moves your blanket?
Well, that's a situation. That's a situation right there.
That's a situation right there. So apparently, with his thefts on Wednesday, he ripped off a total of $1,350 in cash. That was Wednesday. Then he's at it again on Thursday last week, and that's when people started really calling 911, and that's where he was caught in the vicinity.
You go to the beach, right? You have your wallet on you. Of course, you have your debit or credit card or something, but you probably want to carry a little bit of cash, and $1,300. Maybe he rolled 5, 6, 8 people, and he gets a couple $100.
Yeah.
By the way, I asked for just one new follower, and that's exactly what I got. Thank you.
To that one person.
Yep, thank you.
You know who you are.
Yeah, it looks like it's Veronica.
Thank you, Veronica.
Veronica Madison. Thank you, Veronica. I said that my wish today was just one new Instagram follower.
Just one.
And Veronica came through for me. So thank you. Thank you, my one new follow today.
And for the rest of you that were going to follow him, you don't have to. He already got his one.
Well, you know what? I don't want to be a piggy, but if I could get just one more follower today, on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio.
That'd be a really great day.
Yeah, then I'll have two. I'll double, 100% more than I asked for. Yeah, if I could just get one additional, so 2 new followers. So just if I can get one additional follower, Certified MJ Radio, that's my wish. That's my dream.
What if this Damian Claben, the guy who stole all the towels at Clearwater Beach, what if he followed you?
I don't want David. He'll follow me to the beach and then rip off my wallet.
Yeah,
That's where he's gonna follow.
MJ
He's
puts
gonna
up a Facebook post. Headed to the beach today.
he's gonna follow me home and steal crap out of my garage.
MJ's
That's what this guy's gonna do.
Instagram video of him setting up an
Damien.
umbrella.
All right, listen to this, man. This is scary as crap. You have got to see this video. It is a horror show. This woman is walking on a drawbridge in Miami.
Oh no, I saw this.
She is near where the bridge splits at the very top. Once it's opened up, they open up the drawbridge while she's on the pedestrian walkway. This is bridge keeper. What do they call those folks? The bridge tender, right? The bridge tender?
Is that still a job?
Yes, it is.
I thought it was like all AI now.
No, it's not AI. There are people in the booth. This, Michelle, you have got to see this video. The woman is at the top of the pedestrian walkway. The bridge opens up, and she slides down the whole damn thing like the worst freaking, carnival slide you've ever been on.
Worst.
It is the worst.
Fester, you're laughing.
Yeah, be honest,
what's wrong with you?
I can laugh at things.
She got, both her legs are all broken and shattered.
Don't they give you plenty of time to get off these bridges?
Well, the bells started ringing. The tender should have been crystal clear in making sure that no one was on the bridge. This is not this woman's fault. A woman was injured over the weekend, Saturday morning. This was at the Brickell Avenue Bridge. It began to rise while she was still crossing it, causing her to fall. This is terrifying. This happened in broad daylight. This wasn't late at night. This was 10:45 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
This is the drawbridge that connects downtown Miami to Brickell. Right?
Brickell, yes.
Connor Walsh, this is according to WPLG Channel 10 down in Miami. Connor Walsh, a witness, described what happened as the bridge began. Is this the news report from Channel 10 Miami?
Yes.
I bring this up. This is just unbelievable. Fire the bridge guy.
Channel 10 Miami, where falling off bridges comes first.
All right, go ahead. Hit it.
The one and only Local 10 News starts right now.
Right now.
Off the top at 6, a woman rushed to the hospital after police believe the Brickell Bridge started to open as she was trying to cross it.
Her fall was all caught on camera.
Yes.
We have Samir Nefsi joining us live from Miami's Brickell neighborhood with a closer look at the video.
Awful.
Samir.
Terrible.
And ladies, this is quite a frightening incident captured all on camera that we were able to obtain. You see this woman holding on for life as the Brickell Avenue Bridge is going up. Now, just for context, when it's horizontal, that bridge is 90 feet up.
90 feet of the air.
400 Southeast 2nd Avenue, 400 Southeast 2nd Avenue.
Look at her sliding.
Route. They advised that the bridge had up with pedestrian on it.
A terrifying moment captured on camera. A woman plunging as the Brickell Avenue drawbridge began to rise.
She was trying to climb up the bridge, and as she got halfway up, she was holding onto the side, and then she just dropped.
First responders rushing.
That's Connor Walsh.
Swarms of Miami units arriving. According to investigators, the incident happened around 10:40 Saturday morning on the drawbridge connecting downtown Miami to Brickell.
And she was just on the ground, kind of in shock, but like rolling around.
The drawbridge attendant telling police the woman was causing a scene moments prior.
She was dancing.
Causing us. All right, first of all, hey, Miami, you're a big TV market. How about you get a microphone on your interviewees a little better?
I don't think they were interviewing. I think it was like eavesdropping.
Cut and transported for medical treatment.
Even when the police came, it was like...
Anyway, so that's just the video. You just see her sliding from the top of the pedestrian walkway all the way down. It's the worst, most horrific. It is nightmare slide is what it is.
I'm not 100% convinced it's not her fault.
Well, the bridge tender apparently said she was making a scene. Then don't open the... Was that your way to get rid of her? Is she was making a scene?
Down the chute?
I'm going to send her right down the chute.
I'm going to fling this lady right off.
Anyway, she's got like extensive leg injuries. Can you imagine you're sliding down almost a near vertical bridge from the very top and you're sliding down a concrete walkway? You probably got some ass rash going on. And then you strike the bottom and your legs are all shattered. As you're like, I don't know if it's terminal velocity, but I mean, that's a good slide. You got a lot of good slide going on there. That's the most nightmare-filled slide in the history. Yeah, they took her to Jackson Memorial. That's a nightmare in itself as well. She had 2 nightmares.
Just amputate my legs on the scene.
Yeah.
Just take them off.
I don't want to go to Jackson Memorial Hospital.
No thanks.
Yeah. Her age, identity, and condition have not been released. It is under investigation. That's a nightmare. You know what? Let's reenact that with Fester at the Clearwater.
I'd probably bounce. Don't we have that drawbridge?
Yeah,
going into downtown Tampa?
Yeah, Kennedy, right near the convention center.
There's nobody. That little booth, I've never seen anybody in it.
Yes, I think someone's in that. Does that?
I don't think I've ever.
Does that
seen
bridge still go out? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen that bridge up.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen it up.
Yeah.
But I see that little hut there, and I drive by it when I go into downtown.
We've got numerous drawbridges
Yeah,
in Pinellas County.
I remember there's one by John's Pass.
Yeah. What about the causeway out to like Tierra Verde? There's a drawbridge there as well, right?
Yeah. It's not places to hang on.
You know,
you can't like grab onto the.
You probably could have grabbed the railing and done like a bear hug or something, and wrap your arms around it. Then also used your foot to like
as a step.
Exactly step. In the railing.
I mean, it's easy now to play armchair quarterback on this lady falling.
We're Monday morning quarterbacking this thing. Literally, we're Monday morning quarterbacking this
Couldn't you
thing.
have done something, lady? Anything would have been better than what happened.
Oh man!
How many drawbridges do they have in West Palm? Because as I Google
Miami.
it, there's other incidents.
That was Miami.
This is Miami.
Okay.
But there have been numerous incidents.
Someone died 3 years ago on another drawbridge incident in West Palm. Right. That's why I was asking.
I know that I've seen multiple stories. I couldn't. I didn't research it, but I know that I've heard of numerous terrible events.
Yeah.
Terrible stories over the years here in Florida with our drawbridges. The intercoastal or the different drawbridges we have around the state, East Coast, West Coast, Holiday Inn. Yes.
According to the Florida Department of Transportation,
right,
or FDOT, there are 51.
FDOT.
FDOT. They're changing it. So they're reimaging them.
Right. Yeah.
FDOT is there's 51 movable drawbridges
in the state.
In the state of Florida.
Wow, that's a lot. 51 drawbridges.
Is that a lot or not a lot for a state like this? I mean, we are almost all water. I don't know.
And of course, what is the best drawbridge scene of all time? The best drawbridge scene of all time. Come on, Fester.
I mean, it has to be something with a car that jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it in the Blues Brothers movie?
Yes.
That would be 100% correct.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be
drawbridge over Chicago River or something.
Car's got a lot of pickup. Fix the cigarette lighter. Absolutely.
Did the Duke boys have any drawbridges in their town?
No, but did you see the Duke boy story?
No. What?
Oh, you give me a perfect segue.
Well, I think of cars that jump. I think of the Duke boys.
Wait a sec. This is the most Kentucky story ever. I can't believe you brought up the Duke boys.
Well, you brought up people who jump over drawbridges. It sounds like something that General Lee would do.
Hold on, you didn't know about this?
No.
Go look up General Lee jumps a fountain in Kentucky. I am not making this up.
Really?
I swear, it just happened over the weekend.
Kentucky. All right.
General Lee takes flight over Somerset Fountain Square. A General Lee replica car jumped over a fountain in like a roundabout. Look at this.
On Somerset.
Look at this.
For the summer nights cruise. The annual event draws in people to witness the epic and historic.
Listen to Michelle.
What is happening?
Folks also got to meet John Schneider and Byron Cherry.
John Schneider, that was the original. Was that Bo?
I think
Luke?
so.
That was the blonde-haired guy. Was John Schneider?
Right.
Because Tom Wopat was the other.
Yes.
The other guy.
Yeah.
Wow. So I heard. I think I've seen a. Dude, you know how close I came to getting that as my horn on one of my cars?
Okay, look at the crowd. Look at the crowd that has assembled to watch this amazing, death-defying feat of a car going, 50 feet in the air, maybe?
It's huge.
I don't know.
So
look at the
Hang on, I'm going to talk about that. Listen to this.
No.
The right door flew off the car when the General Lee replica car jumps the fountain and then smashes back down to the ground. The right passenger door falls off the car.
Yeah, I mean, the General doesn't handle the jump really well.
No, it doesn't. And then the whole bumper flies off the car as well. Look at this.
Man.
So, that's a
that's a different angle where it shows the top of the fountain.
You got to watch. No, you got to watch a different angle. That one blocks the door and the bumper falling off the car. Oh. Oh man. You know what else? Michelle wore the best pair of Daisy Dukes over the weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
By the way, you look great, Michelle.
Yeah. Okay.
Your butt looked great in the Daisy Dukes.
All
No
right.
question about that, but way to make it awkward all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Dude, that is hysterical that you brought up the General Lee because I
have no idea.
I had the story in the pile.
Yeah, I remember I went to a car show when I was a kid in Atlantic City, and they had a perfect replica
Right.
of the Dukes of Hazzard General Lee.
Yeah.
And the guy said, "Hey, you keep that fat kid away from my door," because I was too fat to slide in the door.
Yeah.
But
So Somerset, Kentucky is where this happened.
this is awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like a couple of years ago, I saw a video of a guy who was tasked with building a General Lee for a jump in Michigan. There's a couple of these that happen every decade. This is awesome. But you want to talk about a show that should never have gotten canceled?
It jumped
The Dukes of
100.
Hazzard.
What, you think it should still be on today from 1979 to 2025?
No, but
Longest running show on CBS.
okay, I don't want to see like a 70-year-old Duke brothers. Uncle Jesse's been dead for 40 years. And Daisy's getting
Daisy's butt is down around her
Yeah,
knees right
she's
now.
on,
the back
Medicaid.
of her knees.
I don't want that. But
She's got salon paws now
like,
on her back.
it just seems like maybe during COVID time, all things Dukes of Hazzard kind of went away. There's no more reruns.
Hold on. What do you mean COVID? What did COVID have to do with Dukes of Hazzard reruns?
They had like a Confederate flag on their
Yeah,
car.
yeah, all right.
I mean, it was like a thing. But there's no more. It seems like there's no more reruns of the Dukes of Hazzard where I could have found them before.
Oh, and Andrew, hold on. Andrew's got breaking news for us.
Is it Dukes of Hazzard related?
Yeah, Andrew has breaking Dukes of Hazzard news. Yes, Andrew.
Yeah, Rick Hurst, who played Deputy Cletus Hogg, died last week.
You mean the kiki? That guy? Was that the guy that did the
No.
kiki? Who did the kiki?
No, hold on. The deputy was Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Oh.
And Enos.
Oh, so who was so?
I think Enos did the EEE.
No,
didn't he?
Kiki was Roscoe P. Coltrane.
What was it?
Yeah. Hey, boss.
All right,
This is
so
gonna be great. Get those Duke boys.
I never was into Dukes of Hazzard. I never liked the show.
Oh, you missed it, buddy.
So
It was on for 7 seasons. What's wrong with you?
My brother Drew, who is a surgeon, medical doctor, my brother loved the Dukes of Hazzard. I just never really cared for Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, I loved them.
Me too.
Dukes of Hazzard, Uncle Jesse. Dude, my communion, my mother got me on request a whole white suit. And all the other kids called me Boss Hog.
Get it. Hold on, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's great.
Like,
All right.
second grade, we're all getting our first communion. I'm sitting there in an all-white suit.
All
Hey,
right,
Boss Hog.
all right, moving along. We have a little confusion here. A flight attendant demanded that a passenger spit out one of those nicotine mouth pouches.
The Zin
This-
pouches?
It was a Zin, yeah. Apparently, this passenger created a sin by sucking on the Zin.
Were they a schmuck about it? Because, those are pretty discreet.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like chewing tobacco where it's hanging out of your face.
So you can't chew tobacco. You can't, you're not supposed to be vaping. You can't smoke on an airplane.
I think you can't use any tobacco products.
I didn't know that.
But
when I read this article, I was like, what's wrong with that? Like chewing gum or...
Is a nicotine patch, and listen, I've got no interest in putting a nicotine patch in my mouth.
No?
But is that really a violation? I mean, what's the difference between having a nicotine patch in your mouth and having a a cough drop or whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I think that what I read is that when you have the, what do you call it, the chewing tobacco,
Yeah.
like you have to spit it out.
Oh, yeah, yes, yeah.
So they don't like that, and so they were likening this product to that, saying that if it's in your mouth, it's something you have to spit out.
now
Well, they made him spit it out.
Chewing tobacco, you know, that is grotesque. Chewing tobacco is just nasty.
Whatever, dude.
And I'm sorry.
Every cool baseball player from the 70s.
That is nasty. That is ugly, nasty habit. Chewing tobacco is gross.
Dude, my dad took me to a baseball game at the old Philadelphia Stadium when it was flat AstroTurf.
Yeah.
And in the outfield, all the mounds of chewing tobacco from the players.
No.
It was like dog poop all over the outfield.
No.
It was great.
Fester.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, that's just nasty. But the bottom line here is that I don't know if a Zyn nicotine pouch, if that with chewing tobacco, you have your spit cup, and that is just grotesque.
So there are two things. There's tobacco products, and this is a nicotine pouch
Yeah.
that has no tobacco in it.
No,
it's
just
like a white linen or a cotton swab,
and it just
that's soaked in
it
nicotine.
works like by sublingually, you know, putting the nicotine into your bloodstream.
Your spit activates it.
Listen, through your mouth or, you know, sublingually, that's one of the most effective ways to get medication into your system quickly. You know, without, you know, an injection.
Both ends remarkably similar, but yes.
Well, here are the details. So, smoking and vaping obviously not allowed on airplanes, but you know, nicotine pouches. What is the rule? I guess it depends on the airline. Pouches, you can bring them on. You can check pouches. There's not an issue there. But as far as actual use, American, United, Alaska Airlines, Southwest Airlines, JetBlue, and Spirit do not specifically define on their websites whether their passengers can use these nicotine pouches like the Zyn brand, according to their websites. But apparently, this is a whole Reddit discussion. This is where I saw this on Reddit in the R Delta forum. So this is happened on Delta Airlines.
Yeah, Delta Airlines.
A recent Delta passenger goes after Delta for this Zyn experience. He said, got told to spit my Zyn out on a flight. I really didn't know that was a thing. Delta flight, first class, not that it matters. They brought a cup out and asked me to spit out my Zyn.
So nicotine is so closely connected to tobacco. A lot of people don't think there's a difference, but there is.
I have no interest in using Zyn, but I think this sounds ridiculous. There's a major difference between a little white, you know, the little white pouches. They look like those silicone, like moisture absorbers. You know, you get those little silica. The
desiccant.
The desiccant, exactly.
Product.
You know, desiccant. You know, to absorb any excess moisture. That's what these things look like. It looks like a little package of desiccant or, you know, the silicone absorbent.
In defense of the airline, there are chewing tobaccos that come in pouches. So it's a clean little pouch with chewing tobacco in it, and that is a tobacco product. But Zyn is not that. It's just flavor.
I just really didn't realize that you couldn't take the spitting. Like it would never occur to me that you're not taking the spitting kind even on the plane.
But yeah, you can't do that. But with the Zyn, you're not. I don't think you're spitting with Zyn.
It says it's spitless, but what do you do? Does it just dissolve? Does that pouch dissolve?
It's just the
completely dissolves.
The nicotine. No, I don't think
it doesn't dissolve. It just absorbs into your gum line.
So the nicotine, whatever the substance is inside this porous pouch. You put the pouch in,
but you must have to take the pouch out.
Yeah, at some point,
eventually
you don't swallow the pouch.
Yeah, after 15 or 20 minutes, you take it out and you toss it.
You take the pouch out.
So yeah, get rid of it before you get it, because they're going to put it in the back of the seat or something.
No, you
put it in
a napkin. You throw it away. I got to be honest. I'm not a fan for tobacco products. I'm not a fan of any of this crap. I'm not putting Zyn, and I don't need a nicotine fix. Michelle, give me Zyn. I need a nicotine fix. But I'm not going to be using this. This seems to be a little bit of an overstep and an overreach by Delta, taking a guy to. Hey, do we have any Zyn users?
Oh man,
Do we have any Zinners?
Dude, don't get me started, man. I was at the Circle K. The guy in front of me.
I'm a Zinner. I'm a grinner. All right. If you're, hold on to your story. Let me see out the number. 800-990-1047. Are you a Zinn user? And do you think there are any female Zinn? Is it mostly a male thing for Zinn? Or are there female Zinn users?
I bet you there's more female Zinn users because it gives you a shot of nicotine, which has health benefits. There are people that have used nicotine before for cognitive things, and there's benefits to nicotine. The problem is when you're smoking it in a cigarette and you get all those other terrible things.
All right, let's go to phones.
Nicotine doesn't give you lung cancer.
Are you a Zinn user, or are you a nicotine pouch sucker? All right. Have you flown? Have you used a Zinn or nicotine pouch on an airplane? You ever have a problem? Or if you just use the product. And I'd like to know if there are any women that suck on Zinn. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Fire up the phones. What am I grabbing on line 6?
Yeah.
Is it Jay? Jay's in Sefner. Hey, Jay, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, Jay, or hey, MJ, how you doing this morning?
Well.
Yeah, so I used to do the citrus 6 milligram Zins. And so when you do a Zin, it's like the same thing as the tobacco pouches. It's just like they put sawdust in it or something, so it's not actual tobacco, just nicotine. But you can spit if you want to spit, or you can swallow the juice that, obviously your mouth creates juice when you put that thing in there.
All right, so did you have a spit cup when you were doing Zinn citrus? Were you spitting in a cup?
No, it really wasn't necessary. It's not as intense as when you're 15 and you put your first Copenhagen wintergreen in your mouth and you're about to throw up and your throat's burning. It ain't really like
Jay, I got to be honest. I've never put some wintergreen in my mouth at 15 or 25 or 35 or 45.
You haven't lived.
You got to get out to Plant City and experience that.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Hey, Michelle, when you worked at the state attorney's office in Plant City, were you dipping?
No.
Hey, Jay, I was at the Circle K at the corner of I-4 and McIntosh, and there was a guy in front of me. He must have bought like 6 Zinn containers.
What?
Hey, sometimes if you got a flavor you like and you can't find them when you do, you got to grab them.
You got to load on up.
That's what he said. He goes,
Load on up.
You got this flavor? And the clerk's like, yes. He goes, I'll take them. I'll take 6 of them.
Yep. Hey, thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. Megan is in Brooksville. Megan, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Are you a female Zinn sucker?
I am. I actually use them to quit vaping.
Real? How old are you, Megan?
I'm 36.
And
I'm actually a nurse practitioner, too. A lot of people in healthcare use them.
Really? So how long were you vaping?
About 5 years.
Were you smoking tobacco before vaping?
No, I unfortunately got hooked on vapes getting my ex-husband to quit smoking.
Oh, wow. All right. So how long, Megan, did you vape?
5 years.
Because you know that now they're saying there's some research out that vaping might be even worse than smoking.
Yep. Well, thankfully I quit thanks to Zins.
All right. And now are you off of Zins? Have you weaned yourself off of Zins?
Slowly working on that.
All right. Do you have a Zinn in your mouth right now?
I do as I'm driving.
So as you're speaking to us, there's a Zinn in your mouth?
Yes, in my lips.
And it lasts like 15, 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, up to like 30 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so Megan, what do you feel right? I mean, do you feel what does it do? Do you actually feel like a chemical change or something happens? You have a feeling with the nicotine?
Yeah, they help you wake up a little bit, especially when I work long night shifts. If I'm dragging, the nicotine gives you a little pick-me-up.
You're a nurse, you said, right?
A nurse practitioner, yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, well, yeah, look at that. All right, Megan.
Yeah, I was going to say, the airline, it's no different than like nicotine gum or somebody having a nicotine patch on, so I don't understand why they have to
that's exactly right.
Megan, have you flown with nicotine pouches and used them on the airplane?
Yeah, I actually went to Ireland last summer, a 9-hour flight, and my brother-in-law is a cigarette smoker, and he actually used the Zins to get through the flight without smoking.
All right, do you spit or swallow, Megan? oh, hang on. Maybe that didn't sound right. All right.
You spit them out and you throw them away, just like a piece of gum.
I know, but do you like
while you're chewing?
While you're
Oh yeah. No, you just swallow your spit like it's normal.
Yeah.
Normal.
All right.
It doesn't create an abundance of spit like big old
No,
chewing tobacco.
no,
Right.
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
All right. Megan, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Wait, are you telling me we have back-to-back Megans?
Yeah, that
We-
kind of confused me. You said Megan in Brooksville. I'm like, no, not. And then we have two Megans.
We have another Megan.
Megan to Megan.
Megan, where are you calling from?
Hi, I am from up in North Florida, close to Gainesville.
Wow. How are you listening to us?
So I'm down in Tampa actually this morning.
Oh, I got
doing
you.
some running around.
Gotcha. All right, so Megan, you're also a female Zyn user?
I am not, but my husband is.
Okay.
He is an avid Zen user. He went from smoking to then dipping and then now onto the Zens. And of course, as, like the wife of it, I'm like, is this really healthy? And he, we had to go through the whole, like, yes, it's just nicotine. It's not the tobacco. It's, blah, 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 blah. It just helps, give me a burst of energy. It would be better than drinking like a Monster. And I'm like, okay, don't know that I'm sold on that, but all right, I'm with you. But my husband travels for work all the time. He is constantly gone, traveling, flying, and never had a problem. And I just always assumed it was because he wasn't spit. Like, you don't spit in a cup with it, so there's not that, like, gross cup, nasty smell.
Yep.
And most of these Zins, like the ones that he uses, are, like, cinnamon or mint flavored. So I would imagine, unless this person on this plane was, like, flailing it around, like, they would have never even known it was any different than a piece of gum.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. All right. So he's been on a flight with a Zyn?
Oh, he does like 2 or 3 or 4 pouches at once. Like, it's,
Hold on, wait a minute. He'll put 4 pouches in his mouth at once?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, he's like quadruple dipping it. So he really needs some nicotine hits.
Yeah,
Wow.
certainly. Yeah.
All right. Well, Megan, thank you for calling. Is this your first time ever listening to us, or have you listened before?
Oh, I've been listening to you for years with my mom when we lived down here, but this is the first time I've heard you on 104.7.
Yep, we are new. Well, new. Believe it or not, we've been on 104.7 since October 5th of 2020, so we're coming up on 5 years.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. As the MJ Morning Show legacy continues. Thank you. Megan, have a great day.
You as well. Thank you.
All right, let me grab 2 more. John and Andrew. Andrew first in Tampa. Hello, Andrew. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hi, MJ. How's it going?
Good.
Hey, I'm a Zyn user. I've vaped for 10 years. I've been using them now for about 3 or 4 months. Never tried to use one on a flight, but I think that I would.
Well, apparently a lot of people do, but this is a particular case. Guy's on a Delta flight, and the flight attendant, came over with a cup and said, "Spit it out." I mean, almost like a second grade teacher going to the back of the classroom making a kid spit out a piece of gum.
Yeah. I also wanted to tell you, on the back of their product, on the back of the can, it says the duration of the effects lasts up to an hour.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you,
Yes,
Andrew.
sir.
Have a great day. Thanks for calling in. Our last call on this, John in Parrish. John, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Morning, guys.
Hey, what's up?
So you asked if any females use it. My girlfriend's actually the one that turned me on to them to get me off of vaping.
And are you off of vaping now?
Nope, not anymore. After 10 years.
Oh, what I'm saying is you're not vaping anymore.
Nope.
All right, so no vaping, and are you still on Zyn, or are you able to wean off the Zyn yet?
I got off on the Zyn probably 3 months ago.
Okay.
So not quite yet.
You're still on it. All right. And your girlfriend, is she on Zyn still as well?
Oh, yeah, she loves them.
Gotcha. All right, thank you. I appreciate it, John. Man, phones blew up on that.
MJ, if you have like a nicotine addiction or you like the effects of nicotine, how do you get it? Before it was only by smoking. People aren't addicted to smoking because they like smelling like crap and spending all kinds of money on cigarettes. They like the nicotine. That's why nicotine patches or nicotine gums took off. And Zyn is just a tobacco-less form of getting a naturally occurring, I don't think it's a vitamin, but it's something that's it's naturally,
a supplement?
Yeah, a naturally occurring supplement.
It's not a vitamin.
No, but nicotine is
Hey, kids, it's healthy. Take your Zyn.
But nicotine isn't bad for you. It's the smoking that's bad.
All right, 8:53. 8:54 at the MJ Morning Show. I got to take a quick break here. That puts to an end over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. When we get back, there's a warning. Do you know what brushing is? Do you know what a brushing scam is? Folks, you got to hear this. When we get back, do not fall victim to the brushing scams. If you don't know what a brushing scam is, you have to hear this next. It could happen to you. On the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM, Veterans Ford wants you to know we're in the final days. Tick, 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 tick. That is the clock ticking on Ford employee pricing at Veterans Ford. Yeah, Ford's made it available until July 4th, and then it disappears. Don't let this slip away. Don't let this slip through your fingers. You pay what Ford employees pay on most Ford models. So if you're looking for a new car, truck, or SUV, go to Veterans Ford, tell them MJ sent you. You're going to get remarkable treatment. Listen, even if you don't mention me, MJ, you'll get great treatment. If you mention me, MJ, just mention me, see what happens. So if you're looking for a great Ford experience, you go to Veterans Ford. They're going to treat you well. They're not going to insult your intelligence. They're not going to give you the normal car dealer haranguing and all that stuff. So you go to Veterans Ford, get the Ford employee pricing. They've got an awesome service department, and you're just going to love the experience. Veterans Ford at the Veterans Expressway and Line Bar, and tell them that MJ sent you. The Kemp Law Group is representing Fester's wife, Allison. Is there anything new, or are they still in the investigative holding pattern phase? What's going on?
No, the investigative phase is over.
Right.
Now it's the medical phase, and now it's the second opinions phase.
Yep.
And it's a long, drawn-out process that needs the expertise of the Kemp Law Group.
And the ophthalmic surgeon was able to put her eyeball back in, right?
Only one.
All right.
But I got a deal on a kick-ass patch.
All right, so she's got a patch. All right, so if you don't know the story, Allison was rear-ended by an Uber, and it knocked her eyeballs out. She got rear-ended so hard. All right, we're kidding. All right, her eyeballs are fine. But listen, she got jerked around, man. I mean, she got hit by an Uber driver hard enough to do $7,000 worth of damage to her car. So if you do $7,000 worth of damage to a car, I mean, clearly, your back, your neck. Anyway, guess who's handling the case? The Kemp Law Group. Rideshare accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. KempLaw.com. Tell them MJ sent you. Traffic's on here. Shriner, MJ Morning Show back in a minute.
Infidels.
then went.
Is it
you
your
know what?
first day?
You know what? I like that. Hey, can you put the sweeper back in?
But you just started?
No, I did nothing wrong there. It's our computer system sucks.
I don't know. Sounds like operator error.
All right, hang on a minute. Let me run. No, it was the Crapo studio. It was the broadcasting from the brand new. Anyway, forget it. Let me just do the rejoiner. Well, welcome back. Our computer decided to play 19 things at once. 9:01 at the MJ Morning Show.
That's a sneaky way to get the spots in before top of the hour.
No, it was
play 20 spots at the same time.
No, it was the legal ID and our little rejoin bumper that played. All the spots got in.
What a mess.
Yeah, no, we're good.
How do we work around here?
I don't know. This computer system sucks. I'm not a big wide orbit fan. Anyway, hey, so brushing. Do not fall victim to brushing. And it's not like, brushing your teeth or something. So what is brushing? This is when a mystery package shows up. We you know what? We got to be careful.
Yeah, right?
We've got a lot of mystery packages that show up around here. So if a mystery package shows up at your front door, don't assume that it's like, a freebie. Wow, it's just, I have free stuff. Just found. Hey, it could mean your personal information has been exposed. So if something shows up that you did not order, it's like, what the hell is this? The U.S. Postal Service is warning Americans about this scheme, the scam called brushing. And it might look like a harmless delivery. In some cases, people reported just getting socks or a keychain or just like a spatula, some kind of, random kitchen item. These are just some of the things that have showed up at people's houses. But if you get some random item out of nowhere, it's like, what the hell is this? I didn't order. It could mean that your name, your address, your personal information has been exposed to cyber thieves.
So what does that mean? They're going to send me a spatula every 6 months?
Nope. Why don't you quit being a sarcastic butt over there and listen up to the story?
I quit being a sarcastic butt. I have very little use around here.
That is true. All right, so how does it work? What is brushing? Brushing scams involve unsolicited deliveries from third-party online sellers looking to boost their product ratings and visibility. These sellers send cheap, low-value items to real names and addresses, then leave fake verified reviews, often posing as the recipient. These scams occur when a customer receives unsolicited packages containing low-cost items like cheap, just low-grade household garbage. Yeah, this is according to U.S. Postal Inspector Kelly McNulty. These packages are often sent by online retailers or third parties who use compromised personal information to create these fake transactions. So if you get a package you didn't order, someone may already have your data and they're using your data for profit. So you're saying, well, why should I care about this? Well, you should. A free item might not say, oh, my God, I'm in trouble. I got to be worried about this. But wait a minute, it should. If you get free items unsolicited, this should alarm you. Brushing scams don't just manipulate e-commerce platforms like, some of this junky crap out there, Shein and Temu and that kind of stuff. They suggest that your personal details, including your full name, phone number, home address, maybe even some of the payment information, credit cards, might have been scraped, stolen, sold, that it's out on the deep, dark web out there. And that's information that can be used for identity theft, credit card fraud, phishing scams.
Oh, come on. You mean to tell me you don't think everybody's information is out there on the dark web?
Oh, a lot of it is.
I mean, if you have an email address or if you use a credit card for an online purchase, you're out there.
Heads up.
I think it's all available. If somebody really wants to get to it, you know what? They just take the ones that are so easy.
If I could get a free spatula off of it, that's a win.
Well, I'm not doing that.
All right, folks, are you ready for the mug shot of the day?
What happened? Where's it from?
Oh, man. All right, I'm going to give you the details on the story.
Okay.
And then I'm going to show you the mugshot of the perp. And I'm going to hold this up to MJTV. Or you can look it up online. Man was found naked and beaten with a toilet plunger.
Ooh, don't threaten me with a good time.
What happened next was even worse, according to cops. 19-year-old Charles Kaufman, Coffman, was charged with aggravated kidnapping, attempted second-degree murder, and tampering with evidence, according to reports. A Tennessee man facing charges after being accused of beating another guy with a toilet plunger, then pouring bleach on him and kidnapping his child. What the hell?
Oh, so this isn't a funny story.
No, but you got to see the mugshot. 19-year-old Charles Kaufman charged with aggravated kidnapping, attempted second-degree murder, tampering with evidence. Police said that Kaufman was allegedly asked by the child's mother to take the Uber to the home and pick up the 3-year-old. What? Once there, Kaufman said he got into a physical fight with the victim, slammed the victim to the ground, struck him in the face multiple times with his fist, struck the victim with a toilet plunger, and stuffed the plunger into the victim's mouth. The report said that Kaufman then allegedly dragged the victim into the bathroom, stripped him naked, and poured bleach on his wounds. This is like something out of some maniacal, crazy movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got to take a look at the guy's mugshot. Festa, you bring up the story.
I have his mugshot right here.
Oh, my. Look at this guy.
This guy looks crazy.
I'm holding this. All right. We also put it online. I'm holding this guy's mugshot. This is the guy that beat the guy, shoved a toilet plunger in his mouth after beating him with it, and then pouring bleach. I'm holding the mugshot of this guy up to MJTV right now. What the hell?
And then he went away with the child, and that constituted kidnapping.
Exactly. Anyway, the child was recovered safely.
Good.
So the child's okay. But, Michelle, look at this guy's mugshot.
I mean, he has those crazy eyes. We talked about it before. Like, we need to talk to a psychologist or a psychiatrist and figure out what, we definitely identify that. I mean, look at him.
If you pour bleach on a wound, does that eliminate the infection risk? Because that's got to seem like it's very effective.
It's got to seem like it's really painful.
Anyway, Andrew has also put the mugshot on our website. So if you want to go see our award-winning, we just won a major award for website design. Andrew has put the mugshot on our website. So if you go to mjmorningshow.com and you scroll down to the As Heard on the MJ Morning Show, click on that, and the guy's mugshot is there. It is insane. We're talking crazy Eddie. Insane. Absolutely nuts. Oh, listen to this. This is crazy. Cops baited a gunman. A gunman was involved in a standoff. Cops baited the guy. He was thirsty, so they had a drone fly over with a drink on a string.
I mean, you got to keep the officers safe, right?
Yeah.
It's a standoff for a reason.
So he got out to get the drink off the drone. They shot him. That's how they... That's some clever police work there, Lou.
Did they shoot him, or did they...
Oh, no, they shot him.
Beanbag him or something.
Yeah, so here's the deal. This is a bank standoff, and a sharpshooter took him out. This is a dangerous dude. Cops in Michigan used a beverage on a drone to lure a guy out of a bank, and they took care of him all right. Let's put it this way, he's not going to be standing trial. No. Multi-hour hostage standoff in the middle of a packed commercial district in Michigan. This is Saginaw area.
Ooh, Sag Nasty.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
That's what they call it. That's what the locals call it.
Saginaw is Sag Nasty?
Yeah, there's two sides of Saginaw. I always heard that Flint was bad because they were pissed they weren't Detroit, and Saginaw's even worse because they're pissed that they're not even Flint.
Yeah, so the guy, as of the story I have, the guy was not identified. He took an employee of Mercantile Bank in Saginaw Township hostage 5:30 p.m. on Friday.
You can't do that.
Listen, the bank people, they just want to go close the bank up, go have a nice weekend.
Yeah.
And this guy decides to have a big hostage standoff at closing time for the bank. That sucks.
Right as the weekend's about to kick off.
But, man, this is pretty clever. So the man held the hostage who was uninjured for several hours. You got police negotiators that are there trying to, reason with this guy who's clearly deranged. During the negotiations, police used a drone to deliver a drink. The man apparently was parched. Was there, no water in the bank?
You're standing outside with a hostage? I mean, I'm dying of thirst here.
So they bring a drone in, and the drone is dangling a drink on a little string. And when he exposed himself to come out to retrieve the drink, that's when Michigan State Police sharpshooters took him out.
I mean, think about it. If a drone's a foot or two above you holding a big gulp.
I'm not going to fall for the string on the drink on the string trick.
You watch it there, copper.
Not going to fall for the banana on the tailpipe.
The drone's lowering itself. You reach your hand up, you take your eye off, you take your finger off the gun.
That's a vulnerable time. Oh, man. Gawkers that were at the scene were asked by police to stop filming as the drone descended toward the bank.
That's the time to film.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but you do have a right.
Yeah.
As long as you're not interfering with the police operation, you do have a right. Wow, that's some cray-cray right there.
Yeah, when the cops say stop filming, that's my time.
Hey, listen to this. I love this story. A semi-truck carrying 10,000 bottles of whiskey. I like some whiskey. I like a good bourbon, a good scotch. I like a great rye.
What kind of whiskey was it?
Well, hang on.
Name we heard of?
Let me give you some details here. This is what's amazing. Now, it's not the brand of whiskey that's important here. The semi-truck was carrying 10,000 bottles of whiskey. It flipped over. I mean, the whole thing is tumbling and flipped over on its side. 10,000 bottles. Guess what?
What?
Not one bottle broken.
That's amazing.
That's a ta-da right there. Ta-da!
I mean, that guy probably couldn't do that again if he tried.
No. By the way, it's Woodinville whiskey. Woodinville. Woodinville whiskey.
I don't think I've ever heard of that whiskey. 10,000 bottles is probably
a
lot of their supply.
Yeah, Woodinville whiskey. I've heard of Woodford Reserve. Hey, look up Woodinville whiskey website. 10,000 bottles. Tractor trailer flips over. This is up in Washington State. And not one single bottle of whiskey broke.
All right, so
that's some good packing there, Lou. I don't know. Yeah. Fester found Woodinville. Woodinville straight bourbon whiskey. Looks like a fifth is $38.99.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, you can pick it up today.
Yeah, looks like the local liquor stores have it.
No, hold on.
Oh, no, hold on.
It looks like it's regional. I could pick it up at
in Seattle.
Total Wine and More in Seattle.
Oh, Seattle's got it. Can we go to
Let
Lucan's?
me hit nearby store.
Yeah, do nearby.
No.
See if Lucan's has it.
It thinks I'm in Washington.
Yeah, we'll
pick up in Washington.
No, change the zip code. Type in 33629 or 336. Oh no, they've got it at
Dale Mabry.
Yeah, it looks like so Woodinville is I'm just not familiar with the Woodinville brand, but I just thought that it was a total ta-da moment. Yeah, how about that? All right, do we know if the Diddy trial's underway yet, Michelle?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look.
Yeah, take a look. See if the jury instructions are going on right now, because you'd think the court would start at 9 a.m., right? Or maybe they got an earlier start. So the jury is supposed to get the P. Diddy trial today, and then we'll be once the jury instructions will be given by the federal judge. up in New York City this morning, and then the jury will be turned loose. And then it's just going to be verdict watch to see if P. Diddy is going to spend the rest of his life potentially in federal prison.
Oh, my God. So amazing. I mean, this is like a Weinstein-level fall from grace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know last week I was like, can you think of anybody bigger? This is Cosby, Weinstein. This is like the Mount Rushmore of great falls. Oh, if you buy a Woodinville straight bourbon whiskey, you get an 8-ounce jar of filthy red cherries for free.
Filthy red cherries?
At Total Wine and More, available on Dale Mabry Highway. Probably the Brandon location's the same. Probably the Clearwater location.
Oh, man. Hey, Andrew, did you find any of the GoFundMe information? Do you have that handy?
For whom?
The GoFundMe information out for the victims of the Largo tornado.
Oh.
Yeah, hang on a sec. Andrew sent me
My
some
wife kind of
stuff.
got on my case on Friday.
Over what?
Because we were making, Wizard of Oz jokes about the
Well,
lady.
we did Wizard of Oz
Mhm.
because of the remarkable video of the Largo manufactured home that was ripped up, held on its side, up in the air for like 20 seconds, and then dropped back down.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you not make some Wizard of Oz
she
comments
said
about
it.
that?
The woman said it.
That's
The woman
right.
said it's like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Was it the
I
victim
know.
or the neighbor? Who
The
said
victim.
it?
The victim said it was a Wizard of Oz moment.
Yeah.
And then, but then we said, let's
We were
have-
gonna. I'll get
Yeah.
you, my
And then
pretty.
we
I
said-
mean, how can we not do that?
I mean, my wife thought it
Follow
was
the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. I mean, how can we not do that?
Stop making her angry.
She thought it was closer to distasteful than
making,
not.
hold on, making who angrier?
Well,
Allison.
Fester's wife?
She wasn't angry. She was just observant that we didn't need to say, let's send Shorty Shane as a munchkin, or I needed to dress up as the Cowardly Lion, or any of that stuff, or we need to drop off red slippers. All that my wife thought was important.
You don't-
Closer
wait.
to poor taste than not.
You don't have the Cowardly Lion costume already at home?
I ordered it off of Temu. It should be here by the end of the week.
There are, I believe Andrew sent me 1, 2, 3, 4 different GoFundMes.
Which is the real one?
Well, there are different ones for different people.
Yeah.
Because you had multiple homes destroyed in Largo last week.
Yeah, I guess so.
Andrew, can you do me a favor? Can you please post all of these on, put all the links for the GoFundMes on As Heard on the MJ Morning Show? All right? Give Andrew a few minutes. But if you would like to help the tornado victims in Largo, including the woman whose home was lifted up off the ground, and did you see her face? She had like all bruises and looked like she was punched, by a boxer. I mean, she looked like she was mugged. And she was thrown against the wall because she was inside when the mobile home got lifted up.
I mean, pictures you sitting in your house and the whole house is on end in a second.
All right, we're going to put like 4 GoFundMes to help these Largo tornado victims. We'll put these up on our website. Give Andrew a few minutes, but you'll be able to go to mjmorningshow.com and just scroll down and look for As Heard on the MJ Morning Show.
Tell you what, man.
And then we'll have 4 different links for 4 different GoFundMes to help these tornado victims out. It was an EF1 confirmed by the National Weather Service.
If I'm a hurricane strap salesman, I know where I can have a bunch of warm leads.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention last week? Did you see, where the hell did it happen? Did you see the bucket truck that was hit by the tractor trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
Where did it happen?
Yeah, hang on. I printed the story out.
With the guy? Was the guy like in it?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
he's saying, yeah. Did it happen in Florida?
No, it didn't happen in Florida. Just look up a bucket truck hit by tractor trailer.
Truck.
Yeah, if you just do bucket truck and news, it's going to come up. And I had this in my pile last week because it's really remarkable video. Just click on that.
I know.
So this was in, I close that out. This was in Louisiana. Video shows the moment an 18-wheeler slammed into a bucket truck that was servicing stoplights at an intersection. So they had this stoplight service truck off on the side of the road, and they had the hydraulic arm up in the air from the side shoulder, and the bucket was hanging underneath the traffic light as they were, servicing the traffic light. And here comes a tractor trailer from the perpendicular side, making a left turn under the traffic light. And as the tractor trailer's making the turn, this is in Louisiana, hits the bucket truck, knocks the bucket upside down. The guy's dangling.
Now, he has a safety
He must have
strap
had a
on.
harness.
Oh.
He must have had a safety harness
As
on.
he's hanging
Yeah.
there, you can see his strap.
Yeah.
He's dangling.
But I'll
And-
tell you what else. When you watch this and you see what his coworker does, look, his coworker literally runs out after the truck moves. I mean, like he's going to catch him.
Yeah, he's trying to catch him in case. I mean, this top of the tractor trailer just smashes.
He's standing under there like
to break the guy's fall.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good coworker.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That'll have a 180-pound guy fall on him.
He's a buddy.
Right?
But luckily, the bucket truck worker, this traffic light service guy, he was not seriously injured. But this is not the tractor trailer's fault.
No.
There is no way. This is absolutely not the fault.
All right.
So this happened in Louisiana. If you've seen the video, it's remarkable video.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it, you can just go online. Just do a Google search for truck hits bucket truck, and you'll find the video. And it's insane.
And imagine how the driver feels. I mean, he's not looking up necessarily. He might have
No.
seen there's a truck over there. But, you're looking at different things on the road. He's just driving straight ahead, not even realizing the bucket's there.
Here's where the mistake was made. The bucket truck, the traffic light service people, they made the mistake because that lane should have been closed off. Why wasn't that coned off? Why wasn't it a flag man? Why wasn't it coned off? There absolutely should have been, because the bucket truck is there. It's got a certain clearance.
And they have cones around the truck well off to the side of the road.
Guess what? Those cones ought to be blocking off the lane right underneath where they're working on the traffic light.
Yeah.
It was the right lane that should have been coned off, putting all the traffic to the left lane. If the semi would have pulled into the left lane, if the light lane were blocked off, as it should have been, then this would have never happened. But, man, it is insane. When we get back, the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on a Monday. So stand by, including the Beyonce scare. Ooh. I wonder if any sickos were hoping that the other... anyway, I've got some thoughts here. So Beyonce was... she could have been seriously hurt. We'll see. And, okay, we'll get to that. I got some additional Hollywood stuff, a lot of loose ends. Michelle, are you into the sardine nail trend going on?
I don't believe I am.
Oh, you know about this?
No.
Oh, yeah, we got the fishy nail trend. You don't know about this? Fish nails?
Enlighten me.
All right, hey, you'll be enlightened, ladies. Are you into the sardine fish nail summer trend? If you don't know about it, with your nails... We'll tell you next. I'm going to enlighten my wife in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Save 10%. Get 10% off with the MJ 10% discount with Banco. BancoDoors.com. Bank on Banco. Bank on the best. Take it to the Banco. I do. So Banco is my garage door company. Anything garage door related, I use Banco. They put in those new openers. We have multiple garage doors. They put in those new LiftMasters, which are incredible. Top of the line, controlled by an app. You see video of the garage opening, closing, who's coming and going. It sends the video right to your phone on the app. If you're driving to work, you're like, oh my God, did I close the garage door? Oh, you're OCDing. It's going to drive you nuts. You just check your app. It'll show you whether your garage door is open or closed. You can even see the video. And if you left your garage door open, you hit the button. So get yourself a top-of-the-line LiftMaster from Banco. Tell Banco the MJ Morning Show sent you, save 10%. Any service, your spring brakes, save 10%. That's the number one service called broken springs. And Banco will do it quick. Banco will be fair. They're not going to jam up the price. For anything garage door related, folks, trust me on this, BancoDoors.com. BancoDoors.com. Tell them MJ sent you. All right, Shriner with traffic. MJ Morning Show back in a minute.
Heavy volume on 7.
Here we go, 9:31 MJ Morning Show. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on a Monday. I hate to be the party pooper here, but it looks like a rainy week with the most rain coming toward the end of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm hoping that the 4th of July is not a washout, but some of the models are showing maybe up to or in excess of 4 inches of rain, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Great.
Yeah. Listen, we're going to have rain all week long. I mean, look outside. It's all nasty out there right now. So, we've had a ton of rain, in South Tampa. We've had like wave after wave. Yeah. We had a nasty squall roll through, Michelle, yesterday. What time was that?
Oh, yeah. Maybe 4-ish?
Yeah, maybe 4. We had a nasty, it was like tropical storm force winds that rolled through. We had some heavy, heavy squalls, and we've had a ton of this. We've had a crap load of rain.
Tell you what, man, my weeds look like they've been working out. They're so strong. I'm like, look, are those mini trees? And I was like, no, they're just weeds. Like, oh my God, it looks so strong and sturdy. Ugh, I hate this rain. But you know what? Then when it's like no rain, you're like, oh my God, I wish it would rain.
Yeah.
It's the season.
Yeah, heads up, folks. It's going to be a very, very wet week, and I'm just hoping that if it's going to rain on the 4th of July, hopefully the rain is done before dusk, and then the fireworks that are planned all over the place can go off without a hitch. Tomorrow's July 1, so I will mention this again tomorrow, but one of the many laws that were passed by the Florida legislature in the last session goes into effect tomorrow. So July 1, I mean, it's kind of interesting. I don't always know what the reasoning is, but sometimes new laws go into effect on July 1. Then it seems some laws go into effect on October 1, and then some laws go into effect on Jan 1. Maybe certain laws, they need more like ramp up time to maybe get things ready. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, but July 1's a big day. It's like a lot of laws.
Yeah, I think it's like 100 new laws go into effect tomorrow.
Jeez.
And let me tell you which one caught my eye. The excessive speeding law. You want to get cuffed and stuffed? They ain't playing. Let me tell you what's going on here. So this was enacted by the legislature of Florida. The governor has signed this, and this is an act relating to dangerous, excessive speeding, and we've got new Florida statutes providing conduct that constitutes dangerous, excessive speeding, providing penalties, amending certain other previous Florida statutes. So listen to what goes into effect tomorrow. Tomorrow, July 1. A person commits dangerous, excessive speeding if he or she operates a motor vehicle, A, in excess of the speed limit by 50 miles per hour or more, at 100 miles per hour or more. So 50 over, if you're doing, let's say, 90 and a 40, that's 50 over. But if you're just doing 100 miles an hour or more, then you're guilty of these new jammed up, jacked up, ramped up penalties and fines. So 50 miles over the posted speed limit. So if, let's say, you're going through a school zone and it's flashing at 15 and you're doing 85. I'm sorry. Yeah, 85 would be.
85 and a 15.
Or actually 50 over, that would be 65. So if you're doing,
then you're doing 85. You're really juicing
yeah, then
it up.
you're 70 over. All right. So here's the deal. 50 over the posted speed limit. They're going to nail you with this new law. And if you're doing 100 or more, that also takes you into the category. At 100 miles per hour or more in a manner that threatens the safety of other persons or property or interferes with the operation of any vehicle. A person convicted of dangerous excessive driving shall be punished, A, upon a first conviction by imprisonment of up to 30 days or by a fine of $500 or by both fine and imprisonment. So first offense, if you're driving 50 miles over the speed limit, or if you are driving 100 miles per hour or more, you could go to jail for 30 days. Boom, first offense. No warning, big fine, and jail time.
Wow.
Upon a second or subsequent conviction, did I say that properly? Upon a second or subsequent conviction by imprisonment for up to 90 days or a fine of $1,000 or both, such fine and imprisonment. A person convicted of a second or subsequent violation of this section that occurs within 5 years after the date of a prior conviction for a violation of this section shall have his or her driving privilege revoked for at least 180 days, but no more than a year.
Oh, well.
So it could be 6 months to a year that they revoke your driving privileges in the state. So there we go. This is going to go into effect tomorrow, so heads up. You know, I see people driving 100 miles an hour or more on the bridge all day long. What about, remember Friday, Michelle, going home from the show on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
How many people weaving and swerving all over the place?
They're just in a hurry.
Yeah, but they're not going 50 over.
But they could have been doing 100.
If they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm late for a job interview, officer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you've been warned. Remind me, we got to do this again tomorrow because that's when the law goes into effect. So we saw a guy on Friday. I see him coming in. A lot of times Michelle's dozing. Michelle's getting additional sleep. We've had a 12-minute drive from South Tampa across the Howard into our studio here in St. Pete near 4th and Gandy. We've got like a 12-minute drive from our house to the studio. And Michelle will sometimes sleep most of those 12 minutes.
Trying.
Getting some extra sleep in.
Trying.
So you don't always see the maniacs on the bridge.
No.
But there are people driving in excess of 100 miles an hour all the time on our daily interstate travels. Because, you know, we're on the interstate every day, you know, in 275 South, Howard Franklin to the 4th Street exit, and then 4th Street back over to the Kennedy exit to get back over to the West Shore area. So I see it all the time. Got to mention this again. Let me asterisk this. Let me put my asterisks on it because we got to do this tomorrow as well. July 1. Please make a note of it. So we'll do this earlier in the show tomorrow. How about Beyonce? Did you see the prop malfunction at her concert in Houston?
Yeah, what happened at the Houston concert?
You know what? If the cables didn't snap and if she didn't fall directly to the ground, is this really a story?
It sounds like a good scare.
Listen, I don't want.
She did not seem scared at all, by the way. She seemed very calm and
Michelle,
assured.
She pooped her spandex.
No, stop
she,
it.
they said that. She pooped.
Okay.
She pooped her spandex. Apparently, some fell down on the crowd.
Oh, no.
No, I'm kidding.
I would have paid extra for that.
No, I think she was a little nervous. You know, she did get on the mic, and after they brought her down, and if you don't know the Beyonce concert, there's a red Cadillac, and it's
pretty awesome.
It's like a prop car. It's, you know, about the size of a real Cadillac, maybe a little smaller. And clearly it's made of plastic. It's lightweight. I'm sure it's got a light aluminum frame, and it's a plastic convertible, maybe like a 1960s Cadillac replica, and they have it on wires, and it flies over the crowd up in the air.
I've been to concerts before where things were over the crowd.
Didn't we see David Lee Roth? Didn't he fly in?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, at the Ice Palace or the St. Pete Times Forum back in the day. When Van Halen played and David Lee Roth was fronting, I want to say, I think David Lee Roth might have flown by wire from the back of the arena to the stage.
I don't remember that at all.
I remember I saw a Pink concert years ago, and it was more of an acrobatic show than.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great concert, but she was flipping and flying and jumping around the whole arena.
I was at a Pittsburgh Pirates game, and this guy flung himself over the second deck.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
All right. How's he doing? We got to check up on him.
Look, here's some footage, MJ, of people in the audience as they lower down Beyonce's Cadillac.
Yeah, so the Cadillac was flying level, and then apparently one of the cables went.
So it wasn't all on one side because it wasn't like totally sideways.
Right.
But it was at a pretty steep angle.
Yeah.
And if Beyonce's in it, that's pretty scary.
Mm-hmm.
But she handled it like a pro, they said.
I think so.
The thing was all tilting, so it was listing completely to the right, and she's like, I mean, she could have been thrown out. Now, I wonder if she must be harnessed in, she must have some kind of harness to keep her from flying out. But then they had to stop the concert and lower the Cadillac prop car down. And then, she jumped out and she changed her pants because she pooped them. I don't think
she left the poop pants on.
Listen, she jumped right back on stage, and I think I heard the audio. It just wasn't crystal clear, but she was saying, "I know if I would have fallen, you would have caught me." She was playing to the audience,
Not
so
me.
she seemed all right.
I'd have videoed it and put it on Instagram.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. I mean, why a cable snaps? I mean. This could have been really bad.
Yeah.
The Cadillac cable car guy has one job.
Why don't you make sure the cables don't snap?
I mean, at the end of the day, his whole job description is like one sentence.
Hey, Beyonce, are you gonna jump in the elevator and go to the 30th floor of your hotel by any chance? You gonna trust the cables in the elevator? Anyway, this was in her hometown of Houston, and does she maintain a house in Houston?
I don't know. Jay-Z and Beyonce haven't spoken to me in a couple of months
Yeah.
now. So I
They
don't
haven't
know.
run their real estate empire with you.
He used to,
Mm-hmm.
but we had a falling out.
So this could have been bad. I mean, if this would have really snapped,
Yeah.
listen, I'm sure she would have been hurt, but if this thing fell on like the crowd,
Or if she would have fallen out of it, she was high. She was like 30 feet high.
Yeah.
I mean, she would have landed on her head.
she could have broken her neck.
Yeah.
She could have been like paralyzed Beyonce.
Oh, stop it. Cancel.
I'm saying that it could have happened.
Come on.
Michelle, I'm just saying it could have happened.
I don't want her doing a concert in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I can you imagine? She zips out like a Stephen Hawking kind of motorized.
And she talks to the crowd.
What if she had to do the keyboard thing?
Yeah. If you like it, then you better put a ring on it. If you like it, then you better put a ring on it.
If you like it, you better put a ring on it.
This ain't Texas. This ain't Hold'em. It's a new Cowboy Carter song she has, right? This ain't Texas. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're sick for laughing at that.
Yeah, Michelle, what's
the matter with you? Why are you laughing at that?
God,
that is
I
awful. Why are you laughing? That's terrible.
Allison, don't be mad.
You're only encouraging
That's
us.
terrible. What are you doing?
Michelle, what a bad influence she is. Why are you bringing her in the studio every day?
Hey, I'm going to run something by you, and
All right,
you
run it.
guys jump in at any moment if there's anything you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Did you listen? Also, listeners, if you want to jump in and call immediately, you do so. I'm going to tell you. I don't know if you heard about this, but if you would like to say anything in regard to what I'm about to mention, Michelle, Fester, Andrew, you guys jump in, and then any listener, you can call in immediately. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. This is rare. A groundhog with rabies goes berserk and bites people outside a bar in Hillsborough.
In Hillsborough?
Yeah. Feel free to jump in. Anything. So, groundhog with rabies went berserk and bit two people outside a bar in Hillsborough before they had to put the groundhog down. Apparently, it's like this, like foaming rabid groundhog.
Where's there a Hillsborough County, Florida?
So this is Hillsborough.
Like Hillsborough, England? or something.
Oh, you're close. It's New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, I don't even think we have groundhogs here.
And that's the second thing. There are no groundhogs in Florida.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you guys to jump in, and it took you a little bit of time.
I had that first thought, like, when you said it.
Instantly, I thought of the movie Groundhog Day, which was filmed in Pennsylvania with Punxsutawney Phil.
Punxsutawney Phil.
There was a scene.
And then who's the groundhog that de Blasio idiot dropped and killed?
Yeah.
Yeah, poor
the
guy.
Staten Island Jerry or something.
But I remember there was a scene of the movie where Bill Murray is driving a truck and he has the groundhog like on his lap, and behind the scenes, the groundhog bit the crap out of Bill Murray's hands and fingers, and that was he's laughing. Yeah,
Right.
but
So-
like behind the scenes, I thought of that.
Groundhog with rabies went berserk, bit 2 people outside a bar before they had to put the groundhog down. It happened in Hillsborough, New Jersey.
Oh,
It happened in northern Jersey, and it was confirmed. This is a fact. Fact. No groundhogs are in Florida naturally. I'm sure there are some groundhogs.
Maybe they're at a zoo or something.
Listen, the Florida Aquarium has a freaking sloth. They might have a groundhog as well.
Do they have like at Zoo Tampa or something? Does Busch Gardens have like a groundhog display?
They might.
I don't know.
They might. But I just wanted to see how long.
So-
Yeah.
The guys were in a bar or something and came out and were attacked by the groundhog. Did they then catch the groundhog to like turn it in and say?
Officials said the 2 unnamed victims were outside this bar restaurant in Hillsborough, New Jersey, when the groundhog just came up to them and bit them.
Oh my God!
The groundhog just waddles up to them and attacks them. Just that's unnatural, non-normal groundhog behavior.
Yeah.
So now I guess this is a thing now in the population, the wildlife population of this New Jersey area. So everybody's at risk. This sucks.
I'm just still curious about how that all happened.
What happens when a human is rabid? Because humans, it can affect any mammal, right?
Oh, no, I think you have to have really like difficult medicine, like painful.
Yeah, but what if it's
put it
not,
in your stomach or
what
something?
If it's not treated? You end up like Quasimodo or
What?
something?
Untreated rabies?
Yeah, in a
Foaming
human.
at the mouth.
I think it affects your brain. I think why don't you look it up? Why are you sitting here? Well, just Google it.
You're my first
What
line of
happens?
Google.
What happens when you get rabies?
What?
I believe it causes serious like brain decay.
I got to be honest. The groundhog also looks like a scary creature.
All right, here we go. Google AI. The virus RABV causes rabies in humans and animals. It moves around in your body through your nerves, causing nerve damage. It hides from your immune system until it gets to your brain, when it causes brain damage and eventually leads to death.
Yeah, it's fatal unless you start treating it before the symptoms begin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get rabies.
No.
I always heard when I was a kid like rabies was like 1,000 injections or something.
Yeah, like
that
in the
treatment
belly.
was awful.
No, it was like giant needles.
Was it? Yeah.
When I was a kid, that was one of the scare stories we heard on the playground in 2nd grade. Was if you get rabies, you got to get a needle this big, and it's like 3 feet long, and you got to get them like 3 weeks in a row, and and these days you don't have to get, and it was like to the stomach. You got to get
That's what I said.
You got to get a giant needle like a turkey baster to the stomach. And these days, I think you just, I think it's like, I don't know what, I think it's just much simpler. By the way, the 2 dudes that were treated are dead. Their brains exploded.
Oh no.
No, they were treated at a local hospital.
Poor guys.
But, rabid animals are fairly common. But, folks, don't say you didn't learn something from the MJ Morning Show.
Yeah, you can't say that.
There are no naturally occurring groundhogs in the state of Florida. I got you, babe.
Right?
Yep. I think we're done. 9:50 at the MJ Morning Show. I think we can call it a day. Yeah, we got a staff meeting at 10:15. So
we do?
Yeah, I think some news is coming down.
Today?
Yeah.
Who told us?
Dude, there's we had an email that came from Big Scary Ron at 11:30 on Friday night.
I haven't checked company email.
Yeah.
in 8 months.
Yeah, so we got to do a Zoom meeting, or Teams is what we use. Yeah. So, all right, 9:51 at the MJ Morning Show. Andrew, is there anything I left on the table? Michelle, what are you staring at out there? Michelle's like staring. What?
A big bird just flew by with a prey in its talon.
Oh, like a fish?
Either a fish or an animal that had a tail.
It was a rabid groundhog.
No.
From over in Hillsborough, New Jersey.
I think it was something with a skinny tail.
Like a squirrel or something?
Yeah, no, like a mouse or rat.
All right, so Michelle is into all this, whether it's looking out our window or being glued to YouTube. Between those eagles, those baby eagles out in Big Bear in California.
They're gone now.
Yeah, they're
gone.
Yeah,
there are a few left. But you know what else you can watch now? I just discovered this.
Yeah, Michelle's
I'm
watching.
a little late.
Michelle's watching a bear.
The bears. Well, the bear gets in the pool. He's so cute. The whole bear. The bears.
Michelle's
but also,
watching Pool Bear.
You can also watch the bears catch the fish coming off of the waterfall. I think maybe like in Alaska or somewhere.
Yeah, the salmon, the spawning salmon.
And they have a competition or a contest for the viewers to figure out who's going to be the king of the salmon catchers.
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic. All right, folks, have a phenomenal Monday. Enjoy your final day of June, because it all goes to hell in a handbasket tomorrow, July 1st. Hey, folks, if I could just ask a favor. You know, it's my wish at the end of every show just to get one new follower on Instagram. And you know what? I put my money where my mouth is. All right, so I've got 2 new things. People seem to love me finding 5 Amazon packages at my front gate on Saturday. I go out for a walk, no packages. I come back, and there are 5 Amazon packages in the middle of Jeff Bezos' wedding. No wonder why he's having a $55 million wedding out in Venice. All right, so if you haven't missed my reaction when I come home with 5 Amazon packages, the video's on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. Oh, and the Hertz rental truck at the airport smashing into the ceiling signs, ripping the hole in the roof. Oh, you got to see this. I was at Hertz Rental yesterday dropping Julian off to get a rental car for his trip to Universal today. And a Hertz rental box truck was inside and smashed into the signage in the parking garage at Tampa International. And it's a mess. That video's on my Instagram, too, at Certified MJ Radio. Again, folks, all I ask is just one new follower on my Instagram. Just one. All I need is one. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. Just one new follower. It's all I want. Certified MJ Radio. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105 app.